The following program is brought to you in living color.
Holy Sunday back in.
It's Sunday afternoon, so it's time for Doc's Chat Party. Join Doc, host Jeff Kendall, and their guests for 2+ hours of fun, frivolity, and maybe fisticuffs. And now, here he is, your host, Doc Duckus.
Hello. Isn't this better than NASCAR? Come on. You don't get this kind of entertainment watching NASCAR. Jeez, all they do is drive around.
Round and round and round.
Round and round they go. Where do they stop? Oh, crash. Oh, good thing I watched today. Dang.
Crashes are the best parts.
That's why you watch, to see the crashes. Yeah, if there's no crashes, we're just wasting 3 hours.
Most of them happen at the start.
Yeah, I could have watched Doc's Chat Party instead. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. I'm Doc Duckus. But you knew that. And we have a surprise for you. Tim Allen is here, and he's gonna be the co-host.
If you say so.
Well, that does no Jeff Kendall yet. Anyway, Jeff Kendall's late, but we still have Gurr.
Gurr. I'm not Doc Duckus.
No, he isn't. No, but he is Your Majesty or His Majesty or something like that.
Yes, Highness, Majesty, Sire, whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, King Vitaman, whatever. Something like that. And we have James Farley out there.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Another live stream. Yeah, another one. Yeah, I know. You can be the one that says late. Yes. And even Henry Lemoyne is out there. Yay. Well, anyway, we're just going to
talk about 2 minutes.
We're just going to sit and wait for Jeff Kendall.
Okay.
We can't start without Jeff Kendall. Yes, we can. And we're gonna.
We must.
We must. Yes. So here we are on another Sunday. Yeah.
We're having a monsoon out here.
As in rain, a lot of rain.
Yeah, it's just been coming down heavy all day.
Ooh.
Gonna get out my rubber dinghy.
Yeah, it is time for the weather report. What's this? I have got tickets to see my first concert you've ever had. What are you going to go see? The Supremes? I can't wait to find out. Mikey Tats is here. Haven't seen Mikey Tats in long time. Yes, welcome, Mikey Tats.
I'm going to turn my comments on.
Oh, geez. Yeah, comments are a good thing. Yes. So, to you three people out there.
Welcome.
I know it's like the audience is made up of 3 people. So
come closer and let me bite you.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, here we are. Oh, and we're going to start with the weather report. In British Columbia, it's
yes, it's raining and wet, and it's just a British Columbia winter day. It's I'm not going to call it spring because it's still too cold, but it's
39 degrees here.
The good news is the rain is coming down straight. It's not going sideways yet, so that's good.
No, it's just gloomy. It's dry out, but like 39 degrees. Yeah,
it was sunny here, deceptively warm looking, but only 37. But now it's got a little cloud.
Henry's going to see Dwight Yoakam.
He's still doing a shtick, eh?
I never heard of him.
Never heard of Dwight Yoakam?
No. Of course I have. I've never bought a Dwight Yoakam record, but
kind of a rockabilly guy.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He did that one. He did a couple of Elvis covers actually.
Yeah, he covered those on an album. I know that.
Suspicious Minds, and he did Queen too. Dirty Little Thing Called Love. He covered that.
Oh, so he's worth the price of admission. Yeah,
he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He does acting too. He's a decent actor.
Okay, well, enjoy the show, Henry. Cool. All right. Coming to your hometown, Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah.
I know we're going to have Foreigner here within a month. Wahoo!
It's not wow. It's the fake Foreigner.
They're not advertising it as almost Foreigner. Calling it Foreigner.
You won't be crowds running after recognizable people.
Yeah, there's nothing but a bunch of foreigners in that band now.
Really? I'd rather see James last.
I saw Foreigner when it was actually Foreigner. That was back in like '81. They were awesome. It was when when Foreigner 4 was out on that tour. They were awesome. They were really good.
I imagine they would be. I like Foreigner.
Okay. Yeah, they had Billy. I think it was Billy Squire open for them.
Whoa, good show. Wow.
No, Billy was amazing. Like he was just full of energy.
Squire too.
Played maybe half-hour set or so. It wasn't very long, but yeah, he was amazing.
Well, that's too bad that he opened because then they push him off stage. No, you got to get out of here. So
he got the crowd going. He had all kinds of energy coming out there, and his music was really popular then too. So
where's he now?
That was a good show. Maple Leaf Gardens in Trana. Went to Trana. Yeah.
Down there on.
Good show.
Carlton Street.
When they started, it was really cool because when Foreigner came on, they did the whole, like you do at the beginning of your streams, they did the clock countdown.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, it stopped at 4.
Foreigner stole that from me.
It stopped at the 4 because that was the album, right? It was really cool. Really cool.
Yeah. That's cute. So Foreigner and Billy Squire and maybe even Keith Hampshire on the same bill.
Daytime or nighttime?
Oh boy. No, it's
a big hit, right?
No,
nighttime. Any time of day is good time.
He did First Cut as the Deepest and a decent cover.
Well, that's right. He did that too. Yeah, that was a good.
No, the other one that's laughable. Crap. Oh, jeez. My mind went blank.
Well, but yeah, he had a couple of hits. Yeah, Daytime, Nighttime is.
Yeah, but it's the other one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, First Cut's the Deepest. He did a really good job on.
He did. I will admit he did a good job on.
Yeah.
But what was the other one? Oh,
can't remember.
Big Time Operator. Oh,
right. I've forgotten about that one.
I have to laugh every time I hear that.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get a Keith Hampshire album now.
It's one of those songs that is just like,
yeah.
Oh, it's so stupid.
That's right. Yeah. Well, it's like borders on being a novelty song. Yeah.
The trouble is down here at good old Windsor, Ontario, and CKLW, they had to play 30% Canadian content.
Yeah, CRTC.
Was like, oh, jeez.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got a lot of Keith Hampshire. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't do anything.
Dan Hill, sometimes when we grope. Oh, I hated that song. Remember Dan Hill? Sometimes when we touch. Oh,
yeah, but that was a pretty big.
Yeah, that was a big hit everywhere.
Yeah,
smalls.
Yeah. Keith Hampshire is just like. Gosh.
Yeah, I hated that song.
But I've looked through that album and it's like I think they must have buried them in Arizona or something. Like it's gone. Like just throw them in a pit and cover it up.
Wow, they're so
like
good.
The Atari ET games, same thing.
People hung on to them. They're such great albums, you know.
They are. Did you know the Beatles played in Maple Leaf Gardens?
Yeah.
It didn't turn out too well.
Yeah, they only played like 3. Well, they must have played more, but they only played a handful of shows in Canada on their 64 tour. And at the time, they played Vancouver, and at the time, they played at the the old fairgrounds. It was the biggest outdoor live concert they'd ever played.
Mm.
Actually, the biggest outdoor live concert ever.
Wow.
And they earned $14,000
For playing. That was
for playing.
that was their salary or whatever.
Yeah. It was the crowd was like it was over 20,000 official, but they said there's probably another 3,000 or 4,000 people that snuck in. So it was yeah, that was they earned $14,000, folks. Just think of it.
Well, they did that in that movie that I Want to Hold Your Hand. They were sneaking in and stuff.
Oh yeah, they did.
Hiding under the bed and stuff. You can see their boots walking around.
I didn't realize. I just found that out a few years ago. That was the biggest outdoor concert ever.
Eddie Jensen's going to be at the Beatle Fest this year too.
That time. Yeah. Anyway.
Hello, George. George,
Hey,
hello. George, hi. And now we have the history of Dwight Yoakam. Dwight is really good because it's classic country, not the modern country. That is basically just crappy pop with southern accents. Well, what about Ringo's new album? That's pretty.
I don't know. Yeah, well, it's classic country, but he does some rockabilly stuff too, and he's I kind of like Dwight Yoakam.
I don't think I could name a Dwight Yoakam song if my life depended on it.
Well, me neither, really. But the stuff I've heard, it's like, this is pretty cool. Like he's good at what he does.
I think I prefer Hank Williams. Or somebody like that. Yeah, the old timey stuff, with the fiddles and all that. That's the stuff I like.
I gotta get some Dwight Yoakam and Keith Hampshire records, I guess.
No, we should get them to do a duet.
Next week, stay tuned. I'll have some new stuff to show you.
Oh. How about this week? Anybody got something new? Anybody?
No, right.
Must be just me. Wow.
Yeah, I guess you're on your own.
I'm on my own. Hello. Yes, I actually bought something this week. Are you ready?
No.
Okay. Get a load of this.
I'll find
It's a Rush album.
Oh.
Farewell to Kings. It's been remastered too. Yes, I didn't have this one. This $8. Yes, when I was buying all of my old vinyl on CD, this was missed. I never did buy it, so now I got it. So Rush, a farewell to, and it's Canadian content too.
Hey.
Sure. So it'll get played on Canadian radio until you can't stand it, like Keith. Yeah. So there you go. All right. Look, and Christian Shibuda has joined us. Hello. I wish I still had them sounding. Yeah. Hello.
I have a recommended if you want to see that.
Yeah, go ahead and get something. Yeah.
I got something.
Okay.
You have
it right now? Oh, okay.
I have it right now. Oh, here it is.
Go ahead.
So if you're into CCR, I don't know if I showed this before or not, but if I have, sorry. You might be interested in this. This is CCR before they were CCR.
Ooh.
Gollywogs, and it's pretty cool stuff. It's I think it's everything they did as the Gollywogs. This was reissued here a few years ago. It's a double album, and it's got pictures and words.
I like pictures and words.
And records, but look how young they are.
Oh, they're just out of high school.
They didn't even have beards yet,
Oh.
No facial hair.
Can you imagine not having facial hair? Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, this was just after high school. They did this. So anyway, yeah, if you're into CCR and you're not aware of this,
wait, they're a boy band.
It's definitely worth getting if you're into CCR. It kind of rounds out the collection a little bit. So that's my recommended for this week.
So look that up.
You're thinking of what a recommended could be. That's what popped into my head.
There you go.
So there you go.
I have that.
Yeah, Tim's got it. I know he talked about.
I have another one too, like a French.
Yeah, and it really, you can really see they're kind of a garage band at that point. Some people would argue they always were, but that's okay. But you can really see where their music was going. Even that early on, you could tell, yeah, this is definitely CCR.
They ended up in the Bayou.
Yeah. And it's on Fantasy Island Records. No, just Fantasy Records.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fantasy Island.
The way Yoakum sounds like a breakfast menu at Denny's.
Oh, you're stop.
Hey.
Why you're slamming? Well, at least you're not slamming Ringo. So that's good.
And Henry, yes, I know all the later Johnny Cash stuff. It's great.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got that.
Have it all. That's great.
The American recordings, which is really good. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Anyone would enjoy.
Especially after Tom Petty got involved, which was the second album onward.
Okay. Well, you know what? I was watching today's episode of Batman. And the Penguin was setting up a restaurant where he could get millionaires to write what they wanted to order for their meals. And he was using that to get their signatures and forge them and all that kind of stuff.
What a dastardly scheme.
I know. He really thought this out. You know what I'm talking about, Tim? Yeah,
I
okay.
vaguely remember it.
Okay.
I haven't seen Batman in a while.
Okay, well, guess who was part of the Penguins mob in this episode?
Vito Scotti.
Vito Scotti.
Oh, no, really? Oh.
It's like, oh boy, there's Vito Scotti.
He was the restaurant and he was working for food. It's like I keep telling you. This is what the guy did. He had to eat, so he went.
I know. Anytime if he wasn't on the screen, he was in the background. So, yeah, Vito Scotti is on today's episode of Batman. So,
wow,
that's kind of like the big thing on television today. You might have missed it. Johnny Cash was the coolest guy. He wasn't much in the fashion department because all he wore was black.
Different shades of it, though.
Well, no, Vito Scotti was part of the Penguins mob or gang or whatever.
He's a henchman.
Henchman, yes. So, but I think he actually got hit by Adam West at one point.
Like the henchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, because, like during those fight scenes, they do have some close-ups, right? Usually you can see when they miss, but Adam West went up to Vito Scotti, just boom. I'm like, that looked pretty damn good. Knocked him right over into the Bruce.
Probably a backstory to that.
I'm not sure, but I thought, boy, that looked like a good hit.
Well, Adam West probably stood about 1.5 feet taller than him too. So.
Well, yeah, but no, like you can usually see them miss, but it looked like a good. And Vito Scotti like, what the fuck? He goes backwards.
They always cover it up when they put up the flash bubbles, like the bam.
No, they put up the thing afterwards. I'm sure.
That's just in season 1. In season 2 and 3, they just use cards in between.
Yeah, but when they put the cards, it hides the action, though.
Yeah.
So I may have.
That's not why they stopped. They stopped because it costs a lot to do. Opticals cost a lot, but to do a cartoon card inserted is almost free. So they did
do one. They did do one because, how did this go? They were coming in with something. I guess they were going to break the Penguin out or something like that because he was arrested. And the guard goes, "Wait a minute, I have to see if you put a file in this." So he goes like this with a little wand, and then he wheeled back, and they stopped the action. Little. To pretend he's being electrocuted or something. Yeah. So they did do one thing, but then, like he falls to the floor, he's electrocuted or whatever. few seconds later, Batman and Robin come in. They jump over. Like he's not even there. Like, what?
They didn't step right on him. You know, that's
they both jumped over him and they didn't even, like, oh.
Yeah, at least they didn't step on him.
Yeah, they wiped their feet on Vito's back.
He said he didn't have much peripheral vision.
Yeah.
That sort of thing, but
all of those. I mean, apparently, the first movie in '89, that costume was terrible. Michael Keaton said he couldn't see a thing, and he couldn't even move his neck. He's got to do fight stuff in this thing, and he can't even see what he's doing because he can't move his head. He can only look straight ahead. And he's like,
a pretty heavy cowl he had in that movie.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell it was really thick rubber. Like he.
Yeah,
but even Adam West couldn't really move his head much.
Well, he could because he just had like a silk thing. He'd move his head. His cowl might have shifted a little bit when he did, but
he said he couldn't. Well, maybe that's why. Because
Keaton couldn't at all. Keaton was looking straight ahead out of these little slits, and that's it. It's all he had.
There's the episode with Batgirl where she's on the grass, like this, but she's gonna wheel over and trigger a lawn sprinkler system to get loose. And when she does go like this, her mask goes off center. Like, hey, I saw that. I think there's another one where the false face episode where they got him attached to the railroad track or the subway track, and Batman has to like this to get a radio going to Alfred in the Batcave, and when he goes like this, the cowl shifts a little bit, and then when he comes back, he kind of has to straighten it. So fun time on the Batman.
So do you guys watch? There's a YouTube channel called Dan Monroe Movie, Music, and Monsters. Do you guys watch that?
I am subscribed. Yes.
Yeah, so did you see the one he did, was it yesterday on the space pod from Lost in Space?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, of course, I would never watch that show much, but I don't remember the space pod at all.
Oh, third season stuff.
Third season, yeah.
I didn't know there was 3 of them.
Well, apparently the 3-foot tall one, somebody bought it on eBay or something recently. So it's still around, but the others have disappeared.
I don't know. There was one that was like tiny.
Yeah, the tiny one for the space shots. But they had a 3-foot
when it coming out of the bottom of the Jupiter 2, they would drop.
Yeah.
But
they got a 3-foot tall one they use for more detailed shots.
Mm-hmm. And the one they had for like they'd step out of.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're on the planet now.
Yeah, and then they had another one which was just the interiors. They had the interior stuff.
Kind of like the set.
It was like a booth. Yeah, it was just
a booth. Like a booth.
Yeah.
So I watched Dan Monroe all the time.
Yeah, I don't remember the space pod. I never watched the show much, so that's probably why. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and he did say, and guess what? This number on the bottom here is.
Yeah, the phone number. Yeah.
Phone number for Fox Studio or something.
Yeah. What is it, Universal or
IA Orwin Allen?
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get Joe Mayo to.
Everybody's been phoning that. Everybody's been phoning that number now since yesterday.
Well, there's no Fox Studio anymore. Disney bought.
Yeah.
I should check and see how Snow White's doing today, or for the weekend.
Apparently, it's just crap.
Did it crash?
The Critical Drinker. You ever watch him?
No.
He does movie reviews, and he tends to trash everything. But I didn't watch it, but his thumbnail title was "Worse Than I Thought." So, but apparently it had his premiere in London canceled and all this stuff. And of course, the actress, she was always shooting her mouth off about a bunch of woke crap. So everybody was kind of poo-pooing it. It's, you know, it's like, oh, here we go again kind of stuff. So
Well, it's had bad press ever since it was announced.
yeah, well, you know, they just try to wokeify it. And
Well, anyway, I have the numbers here. It did get #1. Yay! It's the #1 movie of the weekend, but
nothing else is on.
well, #2 is Black Bag, whatever that is. I don't even know what that is.
Sounds like a stag movie.
And number 3 is Captain America: Brave New World. It's back on the list again for some reason.
Apparently, it's not very good either.
And my favorite, The Day the Earth Blew Up, the Looney Tunes movie, got another 1,800,000 to bring their total to 6.4 million. Yay! Oh, but anyway, Snow White made 43 million on opening weekend. Wow! Taking the box office by storm. Oh boy! So we'll see what it does next week. It's like 70% off what the opening weekend is. Something like that.
It probably cost them 350 million to make. So the dwarves gotta start digging in the mines and get some gold to make.
There likely won't be a sequel.
But Peter Dinklage is very angry.
Oh, why?
Well, you see, when they were starting to make it, they wanted to go so woke that.
Oh, right. And they didn't hire any dwarves to do that.
Yeah. So he's going like, we should have been in that movie. We should have been 7 of us. Instead, they started out going with Snow White and the 7 magical creatures, whatever they were supposed to be, instead of dwarves. And then they kind of rethought, well, maybe we ought to have dwarves. So they did, but they're CGI. So Peter Dinklage is going like, you took away our way of life. We're actors, and you made CGI dwarves. Like what?
Probably written with AI too. So written with AI.
And
AI.
It's got a point. You know, you can't. It's got a point. That's
and they don't like Gal Gadot as the witch or whatever.
No.
Evil queen. So like Gal Gadot has kind of like a Israeli accent, so it kind of throws everything off.
She's Israeli, I think. So
and of course Snow White herself isn't very white. So it's a mess. It's a mess.
She's not very white. No, she's got a dark complexion, dark hair, and
yeah. So she's not very Snow Whitish. I know. Back in the 1920s, most major films. Well, 1920s, I think they made all that many films.
That's a ton of money back then, though. I mean, think about it.
I know. Then CGI dwarves are just the beginning. After this, you know, like Godzilla's going to be CGI.
He already has been years. Everything's CGI.
Oh, you mean even the Smurfs?
Well, all this AI CGI stuff, I can see them doing a movie with the original Star Trek crew again.
What? William Shatner's still alive? What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you know, they wouldn't even use him. They just have somebody else do his voice. You know, I can see that happening. It's unbelievable.
They can have AI do the voice. They can.
Yeah, you know, they can do anything they want now with what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm waiting for the new John Wayne movie. You know.
Yep. Yeah,
until AI learns everything it needs to know, and then
Hollywood run out of ideas. So you know what else have they got left?
Yeah,
it's going to be great. Movies are going to be great in the future.
Yeah,
there'll be no more CGI dinosaurs if they go woke or whatever.
Yeah, I'm looking for the next new Beatles album, new material.
Some people are already working on it. Just look up YouTube, and here's the new.
Did you see the video of Sour Milk Sea?
Mm-hmm.
The George Harrison song. There's a new video out, and they've patched together different takes and different demos of that, and they've created a brand new Beatles song out of it. And they even brought in voices from one of the songs on the White Album, Helter Skelter, I think.
Oh, no.
And put that in. So they even got John's voice on the track because of that.
I did play that like a week ago or something like that. Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty cool. Like I thought, wow, that's quite impressive. And it is the Beatles, you know, that's the cool
if they're not using AI, I'm fine with it. A few years ago, some guy took a 1.5-minute demo George did called is it Fear of Flying, I think. Great little song, but it's only like a 1.5-minute demo. And he fleshed it out into a whole song. And it's good. It's one of my favorite George songs, believe it or not. And George,
well, that's what they did, like not using AI or anything, but that's what they did with I Me Mine. It was only 1.5 minutes long. And Phil Spector turned it into 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
this is just a good demo, and this guy played guitar and drums and did a really good job. It sounds like a George song, and he did some clever editing to make it. It's great.
I haven't heard that. What's it called? What's the name of it?
Fear of Flying.
Fear of Flying. Okay.
Yeah. I hope it's still on. I got this years ago. I did play it on my podcast a long time ago on one of my.
So was it done as a solo, or is it during Beatles period?
It's later. It's probably from the late 70s, I'm guessing.
Okay.
But you know, I liked it so much. I went and I listened to the demo, and I'm like, the demo was so short, and I'm like, wow, this guy did an amazing job starting with what he had.
Well, it is cool. You know, the thing is, AI is people get all uptight about it, and you know, with good reason, because you know it can be misused just like anything. But it is just a tool. You know, it's just another tool. And if they can take something like Sour Milk's C and turn it into a full song, I'm all for that. Like you know what you're getting, right? You understand what it is, and then they're not trying to sell it as something else.
Yeah, as long as you're not faking stuff.
No,
you know what I mean? As long as you're not singing it and then putting it through AI to make it sound like Lennon's singing it. That's what
I don't like that. That to me is going too far.
That's the bad side of AI. But deconstructing things with it, I think, is okay. That's fine.
I think so too. Like to me, it's another. They're using it in an artistic way. Let's put it that way. And that's, I have no problem with that. It's like, you know, when they first started doing paintings with acrylic colors, you know, the art community says, well, that's not real art. Well, yeah, it is. You know, like, you know, so it's just a new technology to create art, and I think that's cool. I like it.
None of us have been making new videos.
In the channel.
I'm still trying to get a podcast up. When I get a podcast up and I can do that, then I'll go back to videos.
I think there's a hidden meaning behind that content. I'm just guessing, but you know, that comment.
I feel this interesting, and I'm not sure why they're doing it. I'm not saying McCartney himself is doing it. Somebody's doing it. McCartney to promote the Venus and Mars album that just came out has been putting up videos from live in '75. You know, live footage, Wings Over Europe footage. And he put up Letting Go first, and he put up Venus and Mars. But they're edited pretty much exactly the way the 45s were. I'm like, why is he doing this? Why is he taking these live songs and editing them down to the 45 versions? It's just so, like, Venus and Mars Rock Show is 3.5 minutes long. It's live. I'm like, why? Why did you do this? It's so bizarre.
Oh, I know AI is already in the wrong hands, but
yes,
someday we'll have an episode of Columbo with Peter Falk, and the villain will be Vito Scotti.
That's right.
That's coming soon. You just watch.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks.
You know, it was like I heard that elsewhere. Like they foretold the future.
And I guarantee you will never hear that anywhere else either.
They're gonna take the later episodes of Bewitched and take that Dick Sargent out, and put Dick York back.
Yeah, they could put Dick York's face over Dick Sargent's body.
Something like that. Yeah. Sam.
No, this is what I think, DC, about AI, and I'm serious. I think eventually, when it learns all it needs to know, it'll decide that humans aren't important anymore, and that'll be the end of us.
I already did that movie. It's called Terminator.
Well, no, I know that a lot of people have done this movie, but and written books, but I mean, I really think it's really foolhardy to make something that can potentially be smarter than us. It's really not very smart.
Yeah, I'd love to see a Columbo episode with policewoman.
The thing that people don't understand about computers is computers aren't smart, they're fast. That's the people confuse that. Computers are only as smart as their programming. And,
yeah, but AI learns. That's the whole point of AI.
Yeah, but it's learning from existing code which was created by humans. That's
but when it learns it all, it'll have the sum of
all knowledge.
And
well, like I said,
I'll be a slave to AI.
That's that stuff fast, but it's just using libraries. That's what it is. It's using existing libraries, and so. You know, you're talking about artificial intelligence to the scale that we saw in Terminator. That's not really where the AI is now. It might become
but eventually, I think it could get there.
It might. I don't know. It's as I said, it's just a tool, right? And it's how you use it that matters.
Did you guys hear about this record that slipped out? I'm not sure how long it is. I don't know the details. It slipped out a few weeks ago. It's like an anti-AI record, and McCartney's kind of had a lot to do with it, and he's on it. And it's like this record with like tons and tons of artists on it, and they're just all recording silence or whatever ambient background noise was in the studio or whatever, and that's their track. So it's a whole, and it's just a demonstration against AI. It's like, okay, here AI, we're giving you this to use. You know, it's. I don't think it's going
to. AI is so bad that they recommend YouTube videos for me to watch. And it's always ones like, no, that's not right. Burt Ward did not die in 2025, and Julie Newmar didn't die in 2023 either. Like, come on. Jeez.
Oh, these liars.
Who are the people clicking on this? Like, people?
Well, apparently you're one of them.
Well, I do not click on it. I do not click on it. I know better than that. I hate getting these things like, look what we're recommending to you. Like, no, that's phony stuff. Shut up.
Yeah, but you talk about them in every video or every live chat that you make, and they're listening. So you're going to keep getting more and more and more. That's what happens.
That's my point.
Stop listening. Stop giving me this crap.
You got to stop listening to that stuff and go listen to Bob Dylan or something.
Okay.
Just ignore it.
Ooh, not that bad. No, but yeah, these things come up at my feet. I'm like, come on, no.
Well, again, the reason they come up in your feed is because you're freaking clicking on them.
No, I'm not clicking on them. I'm not. That's a screen grab.
No, but what I'm saying, that's what
you clicked on it to get the screen grab. That's all. If you just run your cursor over something, it knows. It knows.
You gotta delete your cookies. That's what you gotta do. Put them in your cookie jar and get them off your computer.
There is a purpose for the dead ends it sends you. What?
Oh, what?
There's a purpose for the dead ends it sends you.
I see. It sends you to dead ends. Yeah.
Well, it sends you. Oh, Wait a minute. How long was that stupid thing? I forgot to take note. Get back here. How long was that? 15 minutes for bullshit. 812 views at the time that I took that screen grab.
That's not very good, really. That's not many views for.
No,
Well,
that's not.
Well, whatever the name of the channel, I had never heard of before anyway. So like they may be just.
I swear they're all bots. Like they're all. These channels are all bot channels. I don't think they're real channels. To be honest.
That's awesome. They just make this stuff up. They make it all up. Kind of like that Professor of Rock and stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
It's gently messing with me. Yeah, I will drop the hammer. And then what? Like, everything's bullshit. You know, geez. You won't be able to trust anything. We'll be AI. That's not really Tim Allen. That's not really Gurr.
Sure.
And Jeff Kendall, they haven't AI'd him yet. They're still working on it.
That's why he's not here.
That's why he's not here. Yeah. Lots of bot channels out there, like Fact.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how many there are.
Yeah, there was a Facts verse in my feed, but it wasn't stupid enough. I forget what it was about, but it wasn't stupid enough. But then this other one, like, Burt Ward died this year. Like, come on.
But it wasn't stupid enough to be a human, or it wasn't stupid enough to be a bot. You got to clarify there.
Well, it was stupid, but I didn't think of that one I showed is stupider than whatever Facts verse had.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know the robotic narration. I've fallen into.
Yeah, our guy's busier than Vito Scotti. I hear that same voice on all these channels.
I'm pretty sure that your Thursday night soup narration is robotic, Doc.
Yeah, but that's only for 1 minute.
Just saying, you can't be on both sides of it. You can't go, oh no, this is terrible, but I'm going to use it.
Have you ever heard my narration? It sucks. It's awful.
All you got to remember is the internet is the world's biggest billboard. That's all it is. It's all about selling. That's all it's about. You remember that, you could just put it all in perspective, right? That's all it is. It's a big billboard.
Half of it is fake.
No, you're not going to tell me there's lies on the internet now, are you?
I'm not inferring that at all. No.
Okay. Burst my bubble there almost.
Everything's on the up and up. It really is.
Everything is true.
Yeah.
Must be true, or it wouldn't be on the internet.
That's true. Like all these people who are reviewing the latest Venus and Mars thing that's out right now, the Half-Speed Master or whatever it is, they're making that up. It's all AI. We don't know what's real.
It's funny. I've heard a couple very different opinions on that album. From it's the best version ever to it's number 3 out of the 3 I reviewed. It's weird how people hear things differently.
Yeah, I'm convinced so much depends on their stereo setup and how they're listening to it. Like people will put it on. Put it on their $35 earbuds opposed to their $2,000 headphones. Sorry, it's not going to sound the same. It's going to sound a little bit different.
It's a Half-Speed Master. It's supposed to be one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
But what's his name? That just about stopped doing videos from the UK did one on Venus and Mars. Andrew Dixon. And he did 3, and he said it was like 3rd on the list of the. He thought it was good, but he said the original is about get an original UK. It's the best pressing. Meanwhile, Parlophone Auctions says this is easily the best one, and so.
Yeah, he looked very impressed.
Nobody said it's terrible. So I haven't heard anybody say it's terrible.
Well, I bought, was it Venus and Mars? Is that
that's
the new one?
See, I didn't buy the ones he did, a few years ago. I didn't buy it because here's the thing. I got the original. I'm happy with the original. So why?
You see, the archive edition would have had bonus stuff.
That's the word I was looking for. But I don't think it did, though. I don't think the Venus and Mars did have bonus material, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that's why
you gotta buy the archive.
It did. I have it. The two record set.
Maybe it was a Band on the Run. One of those two did not have bonus material on it, if I recall.
No, they both did. I have them.
Mm-hmm.
I have the two sets of most of the archive.
I never bought them anyway because they just, I'm happy with the ones I got. I just. What was I've mentioned before, like Beatles, I'll do that because it's Beatles, but Paul McCartney's not the Beatles, right? He was in the Beatles, but he's not the Beatles. So I don't have the same dedication to that as I do other stuff. That's me, and I don't care what you guys do. That's just me.
Venus and Mars, they compress the sound a lot, and that's what most people don't like about it. And Paul Graham Auction guy said there's still compression, but it's the least compressed version he's ever heard of Venus and Mars. Therefore, it's clearer.
Well, Mars is the red pool ball. Venus is the yellow. They couldn't make Venus blue because Earth is known as the blue planet.
It's yellow. So yellow. Earth would be blue.
They made Venus yellow. Mars is the red planet.
Yes. Hello, Grant. Hello. Yes.
McCartney made the Beatles what they were. Yeah, along with three other guys. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, along with three other guys, exactly.
Yeah, don't forget George Martin. Yeah.
Yeah, and George Martin and Billy Preston a little bit.
Yeah, and Pete Best.
Some flugelhorn player and, a bunch of people.
Whoever played that part whatever. So a lot of different people had their hand in. Murray the K. You can't discount
Jimmy Nickel. Jimmy Nickel was the secret ingredient in the sauce.
That's true. That is true. Yes.
Jimmy Nickel invented punk. His drumming was just so fast that he invented punk.
Yeah, he got so excited he was pushing them along.
That's true. They all said they couldn't wait for Ringo to come back. They're exhausted when they did shows with Jimmy Nickel. He just played so fast they couldn't keep up with him. They're like, hey.
He was on adrenaline. It was adrenaline. It was all adrenaline.
Yeah, he was just, well, imagine. I don't fault the guy. Imagine you're this guy that's been in a couple of small little bands, and suddenly you walk out on stage with the Beatles, and there's 20,000 screaming girls in the audience. Your adrenaline might get a little high,
Ringo said Paul was key. Well, John said John was key. So I don't know who you believe.
No. Okay. Brian Epstein was key. There would be no Paul without John and no John without Paul. Well, they both proved themselves to be pretty good, one without the other. So, the harp player and shit.
Those are.
She was key. She was key.
We wouldn't have heard of any of them if they didn't get together.
No, Ringo would have been two hairdressers.
Ringo would have been a hairdresser.
Yeah.
George would have been a bus driver.
It was lightning in a bottle.
Or a plumber.
They were four of the luckiest people.
The way it is. McCartney, I think overall,
he might have been the one to break out.
Well, let's just say I think of the four, he was the most talented musician.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But that's fine. There's a lot of talented musicians who never get rich, so.
Yeah, but and coming from Liverpool, if they didn't make, nobody else in Liverpool would have made it. So, we wouldn't have heard of any of them.
Of course he didn't have the career Paul had. He died at 40 years old. Unbelievable. Apples and oranges, guys. Apples and oranges.
Yeah, but Paul was the workaholic. The others worked so much. Of course, they were under contract two albums a year and how many singles. So they had to keep pumping stuff out during that beginning. But after a while, it's like we don't want to do this anymore.
I've always been a firm believer, but that the sum of the whole was greater than the sum of the parts.
Well, yeah.
I think we saw that in the years the Beatles were together. The years they weren't.
Grant's out. Thanks for coming, Grant. Catch you later. Well, yeah. Paul's had 40 years and John really only had 5.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you compare? Jeez.
You know, and those were 5 good, successful years for John.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he was doing quite well. Walls and Bridges was his last sort of studio album before he retired. You know, he'd recorded rock and roll music before that, and it did very, very well. Like it was very successful.
Better than Run Devil Run.
Well, you know, it sold well. Whatever Gets You Through the Night was a huge hit.
Mm-hmm.
And the album as a whole is a really solid album. Of all his albums, musically, I like it the best. So there.
You didn't he?
Just trying to keep it light. We're getting too serious here.
Oh no, we're not too. We're so serious. We're going to see what the album of the week. There's a rocket in my pocket.
You see it bulging out there.
And
that kid.
I know people are just swarming record stores looking for that one.
Yeah, I'm adding it to my list with Keith Hampshire and what was the other one I'd already forgotten about?
Nana Muscuri?
No, what was the other one I was going to buy? Anyway,
I forget.
Well, not going to happen anyway. I'll go back and watch the video.
The other day I found a James Last album I hadn't seen before. Like,
oh my goodness!
He's still alive. No, not really. That's what
we had one of those a week in the day. A new one was coming out every week.
No, not another James Last album. Wow.
They're more flagrant than the K-Tel records.
The Beatles have been beaten. Oh no, they haven't. Oh, next weekend, you watch out. There's gonna be the big thing in New Jersey next weekend. You just wait. Yeah, if you had no Beatles, you'd have no Rolling Stones, you'd have no Kinks. What? No Duran Duran? How dare you? Well. Gary Glitter has hope not.
I thought he was in jail or exile or something.
He put out a single, Jailhouse Rock.
Then he ended up in the Orient or somewhere, and then he got arrested, and I thought he threw him in jail.
And that's where he is to this very day.
Deservedly so. If he's not, he should be.
Yeah, oh well. Check out your local record store for any of these great new vinyl releases. I'm sure you would be just, like breaking down their door and you're like, I want the newest Gary Glitter. Where is it? I've never even seen the new Ringo album in the store. Huh. They had this thing like country releases, and Ringo was nowhere on that thing. What? That's the rock into my pocket. Oh, you mean that's Gary Glitter? Okay.
Okay.
Well, the Beatles were in the 80s, though. I don't know. Somebody would have came along.
Well, had there been no Buddy Holly, there would have been no Beatles.
Yeah.
Let's go right back to where it all started.
Yeah. All the way back to...
Everybody says somebody would have come along, but we don't know that. We could have had another 10 years of, Wayne Newton and Engelbert Humperdinck, and they could have been the huge stars of the 60s, and the world could be a very different place.
Yeah.
We could still be listening to Rudy Valley.
Tommy Rowe and these guys.
Yeah. Who knows what could have happened.
Who knows? I always wonder what would have happened had Buddy Holly lived.
Who knows what would have happened?
If Buddy Holly lived, I would have been.
Al Jolson would have had.
The 60s might have taken on a very different look had Buddy lived.
But it might not have. I always say it might not have because he was doing stuff like True Love Ways and stuff towards the end. So who knows? Who knows what direction?
There's nothing to say he was going to stop there either. I mean, he could end.
Yeah. But who knows?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. We just don't know.
All we can do is.
I don't know what you don't know.
Hint. No Beatles, no Partridge Family. How dare you? Indeed, there'd be Partridge Family. Yes. Oh, what do we got there? That's different. What's this?
I can't find one of my Partridge Family CDs.
Wow.
We're getting pretty quick. See how fast we got those up there? That was pretty good.
Yeah, always have your props handy.
Jeez.
Well,
bang, there it is.
That's right.
Well, I've got a box set of the week. If you want me to
box set of the week. Boxcar birthday.
Do you have it handy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I come prepared, unlike some people.
I scrambled.
I'm showing this because this cost me at a record store, not at a thrift store, $3 at a record store.
Oh, look at that. We're playing
That's
Vegas.
The Everly Brothers, Phil and Don.
This is a 6-record set. So it's 50 cents a record at a record store. And it's Reader's Digest in conjunction with whoever owns the Everly Brothers, because that's what they always do. So it's not
really
like
cheap too. Look at the
bad
box.
quality or anything. No, things like minty. I don't remember. Oh, it does. It comes with a little book. There's only one picture ever taken of the Everly Brothers. Everybody knows that.
Apparently.
No, there's actually, some words and some pictures. And, a few pages in the book. And
Reader's Digest is pretty decent because I got
they're all in these cardboard sleeves.
Wow.
And the sleeves they're not lined, but they actually, Venus and Mars people, whoever brought Venus and Mars, McCartney people, they came with these inside the cardboard sleeves.
Nice.
The polyline sleeves. So, it's a pretty quality thing. And for $3.
Only 3?
Or, and it covers their entire, through the end of the 60s anyway. I think.
The later Beatle albums in Canada all came with those plastic inner sleeves with them.
No, there's even some reunited stuff on there. So it goes to the 80s actually.
Wow.
Ooh.
So, again, $3. $3.
Yeah,
box
that's a lot of music for $3. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And
what if you don't have $3?
I'd buy that for $1.
Each record has like between 7 and 8 songs on the side. Now they did short songs, so it's not too crowded, but they give you a whole lot of music. It's not like there's 5 songs on the side or anything either. There's probably close to 100 songs on this stuff.
Wake up, little floozy.
That's pretty impressive.
There you go. My box set of the week, the Everly Brothers on Reader's Digest.
Yeah, I forget which record company does the Reader's Digest stuff. It might be Capitol. I'm not sure.
I want the Cole's Notes version.
Well, because they weren't a record company, RCA would affiliate with anybody would, because that's not what they did. So they're not a threat. We'll let you put out this one release and make good money from it. Right?
Yeah, it's extra sales that they get that normally.
And it's because it's not like they're not a label, a record label primarily. So They're easy to deal with.
I find a lot of Reader's Digest releases in the thrift store. Lots of them.
Yeah, they all sound pretty good. Readers compared to some Reader's Digest sound pretty good.
Because you can read with Reader's Digest, you can listen with Reader's Digest. It's all encompassing. Yes. So
yeah,
if you ever find Reader's Digest stuff in your store, buy it. I guarantee you'll like it when you get home.
well,
It's generally
no,
good quality,
Yeah. You can
did a
put
lot
them,
of,
you can put them on your Mattel turntable and you'll be quite happy. Oh, wait a minute. Guess who's here? Mr. Late.
The guess who's here?
I'm here.
Oh, you meant Jeff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just me.
He says, guess who's here? And I expected to see Burton Cummings come up.
Yeah.
No, I'm docking your pay this week, Jeff.
I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you, Jeff. But
I drove home. I drove home like crazy. I got here. I just missed the first hour.
I told you you would. I told you you would, Doc. I told Doc what I would do if I was in your situation.
Mhm.
I gotta get there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that.
Watch out,
It
half hour
wasn't that.
Were you playing Radar Love on the way home?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, good.
And
That's
see,
fine.
Doc, I'm going to see her again in a couple of weeks. She's going to do my taxes, but that's going to be on a Saturday.
Oh.
So no more Sunday for a while, unless we start going to the lake, and then all bets are off. So, yeah.
Lakes are good. Lakes are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna hold you to that. You know that.
That's fine. I didn't find anything new.
What? You dare come to this show without?
Oh, you went fishing instead,
No. I didn't find anything new, but I saw Tim doing his box sets, and I thought I'd show you the multi CD sets that I've got.
Oh, well. Go ahead.
It's okay. This is a really collectible. I really like this group. This is the first 5 CDs by the Birds, including bonus tracks.
Ooh.
And I also have
I'll open it one day.
the second 5 albums by the Hollies.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you had everything Hollies already.
No, I have the second. The earlier ones I don't have. I have the second 5 albums.
Oh, this is volume 2. Wow.
Right. And I also, I felt gypped because there are no bonus tracks, but I found these up in Oklahoma City a few months ago. The first 5 CDs by the, no bonus tracks, just the album.
Bonus tracks. Oh.
But
So they figured you got enough.
Yeah, that's
that came out after they got re-released on Rhino.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So that's the version that we're out at the time.
Matthew Street.
Yes. Yeah, I like the first. After they did the country album, they lost me. I like the earlier stuff, in my opinion.
The Birds, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got their 2 greatest hits CDs. And
they're really good.
Stuff, which is
the second one's full of nothing. Yeah, the first one is the one that.
Stuff, right?
Yeah.
Chestnut Mare was good, but that.
Chestnut Mare is good, but the rest is really kind of.
Yeah, there was a couple albums that didn't do well at all, and after Chestnut Mare, that went downhill. And they attempted to do a reunion album, and it sounded like
that's not great either. I found that at a thrift store one day,
and it didn't sound birdsy enough. So
and it's on Asylum Records. It's like
Asylum. Yeah, it's not on Columbia. So,
so when you're searching for the Birds, take these notes down. Be careful.
Yeah, this is my favorite era. The first 5 after Notorious. After they fired David Crosby, you might as well just pack it in. Yeah.
8 Miles High.
Yes. Well, that was actually on the 5D album, the 3rd album.
Aha. So Jeff knows.
I know.
Okay. He knows. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of traffic going home, so I got to drive like crazy. Not any policemen, so yeah. I made it home.
Wow. Well, good to see you, Jeff. Good to see you.
Thank you.
You're just in time for a commercial.
Good.
Yeah. So, hey, we'll be right back after the commercial.
We love them hot Red Hot Shots. Good and hot tongue-teasing candy that's sure to give your taste a bang.
It's a firecracker treat that's fun to eat.
Just pull the fuse, pop them in your mouth, and take off for fun. What candy?
We love them hot. Hot shots to beach nut hot. Hot shots. It's a firecracker treat that's fun to eat. Pow!
That was not the Beatles.
No, sound like a female Beatles.
No, that wasn't the Cordettes or anything either. Like, you can tell they were being, what do you call it? Parodied or something.
Oh yeah, parody.
Yeah, but
Very
yeah, you
different times.
you
Imagine-
pull the fuse before you eat it. What the hell is that? Ew.
Imagine spending millions of dollars on TV advertising today to sell a product for a nickel. Just imagine.
Yeah. And that was the 60s,
But
that's the way it was. Or
back
was it
then,
the
you
70s?
see that kind of thing. And
Was
make
that
a lot of
70s
money.
or was it 60s?
Hmm.
It looked like 60s to me.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
definitely.
I said 60s. I said
Was it
60s.
60? Okay. Yeah.
I see Gurr ran off and got something to drink.
You got something to drink? I've got some.
I did so.
I got my water. I usually go when I drive. I fill this up full of cold water, so I got.
Well, this is actually water too. It's zero.
Oh, zero
so
sugar.
there's nothing in this. It's just water.
Mm, yummy. Well, I've got something to drink too.
Oh,
You have some yacht.
Get ready, kids.
this is always an adventure.
Oh, you don't know that half of it.
Drum roll.
Oh, we got some yacht. Well, we've got
What flavor is that?
vanilla yacht.
Vanilla yacht.
Vanilla
Oh,
yacht.
I wonder
So-
what it tastes like if you mixed vanilla yop and strawberry yop.
Well, then you get vanilla
That would
strawberry.
that would actually work.
Be raspberry or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Is it
no,
French vanilla or English vanilla?
Paraguay.
Oh, you probably have bugs in it then.
Okay, but anyway, I've got some yacht, and I'm gonna shake it real good.
Shake it up, baby. Twist it.
Yeah.
Shout. Come on now. Working on out.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Yeah.
I'm making sure I shake it up. And if you
Yeah.
know,
Oh yeah, the card song. Shake it up.
you know what that means if I'm shaking
Yeah,
it
shake it up. Do the card.
Shake a pudding, shake a pudding. Okay,
Yeah, you have to shake it before you drink it, or it tastes weird.
all right. One glass.
Oh, you're gonna not drink it out. You're not gonna drink it
An
straight out of
empty
the bottle this time.
No. Get ready, kids. This is an
Mhm.
adventure.
That's good.
Mm.
It's a Pete Townsend empty glass.
Yes.
Make sure you don't mix it with anything if you're putting it in a glass.
Yeah, because
Oh no!
He's
Oh,
mixing
no.
it with air.
Oh no!
Mhm.
I only put half in there. What
It's
does
like
that
milk.
mean? What does that mean? He reaches over here. Some Coca-Cola.
Oh, it's gonna make a
Oh.
float.
Oh boy.
And now, with vanilla,
That
like,
glass will buy.
it's gonna be a float. Now stir it, Doc.
Taste it on its own.
Original taste.
You can make a float. Yeah,
Taste it on its own first, though. You
Mhm.
have to get.
and make sure it doesn't run off the edge. You pour it in there and it goes.
I'll pour it in very carefully.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
taste the
yeah.
vanilla on its own. I want to hear.
Well,
the
he
vanilla.
still has half a yop. He can taste the yop out of the
Yeah.
bottle if he wants to.
He won't be conscious to do that. Okay.
All right. It's all right.
All right.
Now,
Those
I
clips are great.
I
Hi,
should-
clips. You're gonna shake the Coke up too? Better cover over your computer.
Yeah, give it a good shake first, Doc.
yeah.
Look what I'm coming back to. Yeah.
One thing I will never understand is that why they have to keep talking about original taste as though like I don't want to get into that new Coke.
They opened Pandora's box.
Yeah, they do that. That's Coke.
But they haven't made new Coke since 1986 or something.
Yeah.
So like, how many years later they still have to? It's original taste. Like,
Well, they don't want you to forget.
Yeah, well.
A lot of dumb people out there. What can I tell you?
They are.
Ooh, look,
They are.
Open already. Look over.
Yes, I'm home, Ace.
Do you
Yes, I
have your
am.
brick mold ready for when
Do I
this
have my what
dries?
ready?
Your brick mold for when this dries.
Oh yeah, you're make an ice pick. You can.
I don't-
You can start building the house.
Here we go. You have a
I-
spoon.
Your speed dial set to 911.
Somebody don't have a spoon.
I'm doing this very carefully in case it foams up.
I bet that tastes pretty good. But
It's-
yeah,
Vanilla goes with everything,
Yeah.
right.
That's why I figured it was safe.
except for maybe paint. But you wouldn't.
Paint.
No, he's pouring Coke into Yop.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It's a Yop float.
it's a yacht float.
Yeah. Yes. Vanilla. Yeah.
Vanilla Yop and Coke. Don't unplug me. Okay.
Yeah, but see, the last time I tried this, I didn't shake the yop up. It was
No, and it set there.
Now, is it
This time
mixed
it
in
was
or is it
good.
just sitting on top?
it's kind of sitting on top.
It does. Yeah, it looks like it is.
Yeah, it didn't really mix. It should be all right if it's vanilla. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah. I used to make those and Coke and vanilla ice cream. Oh yes.
It's very
Yeah,
creamy.
this is
But
vanilla ice cream. Clearly, vanilla ice cream
Yeah.
and Coke look like that.
I agree. One thing when you're making those, if after the third one, don't drink them more because you drink 4 of them, you'll get sick.
It's a yacht float, except it's the pop that's floating.
Yes, Pop
Yeah.
Yop.
Boom.
That's a new product. Pop Yop. Coke flavored Yop.
Get one today.
Get one today. Strawberry Pop Yop. Mountain
Does
Dew
new
Pop
Coke
Yop.
increase the value? Probably does.
Might be.
Yeah, like
You never
if
know.
you got an old can of new Coke.
Yeah, but it's still there.
But I was one of the, I don't know how many that wrote to the Coca-Cola company.
Yeah, my aunt did
New
too.
Coke sucks.
Yeah, my aunt did the
That
same
was a
thing.
huge disaster.
Hmm.
That was just.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to knock Pepsi out of the market, and they just totally blew it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, they tried to make it like Pepsi.
Yeah, well, they tried to
Oh, yeah.
Pepsi
They
sales
imitate Pepsi.
after the Pepsi sales is what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all it was, but it didn't work.
No,
You can't reformulate how long Coke had been around at that time, like 80
Right.
years or something.
I always thought Pepsi was a lot sweeter and a lot
It was.
fizzier than Coke was.
Oh yeah, I was pulled aside for the Coca-Cola challenge. Or no, sorry, the Pepsi challenge once.
Yeah.
Back when they said, okay, well, Pepsi is the most preferred, and Coke people were going like, how dare they?
Okay, have you a snort and see how it tastes.
All right, here we go.
If it falls over backwards, it wasn't good.
It doesn't mix very well.
Well, you gotta
It separates. Maybe I should.
mix it up.
Yeah, it's like having Nestle's Quick. You got to mix it up where it sets
Well,
there.
you should have put the Coke in first and then the yacht.
And then the Yop.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Yop would just sink
I
with
need
the
a
bottom.
spoon. I need a spoon.
Yeah, with them big old spoons that you can wrap. So.
I need a spoon.
Get a
Mhm.
drumstick.
That'd be good. Oh, Lee says best singer of the Eagles, without a doubt, Glenn Frey. Rest in peace.
Was he?
Although Don Henley was pretty good.
He was very good.
Yeah, I think they both had. They
Yeah,
had. I mean, Timothy B. Smith's got a great voice.
Oh
too.
yeah, he does too.
Joe
They're
Walsh did so much.
all really good singers.
He kind of went to the lasted the party kind of late. So.
Mhm.
Now,
I'm
is it
going to
yummy?
say Joe Walsh just to be a contrarian.
Okay.
Yeah, Walsh is a great singer, but he's got his own style, right?
Yeah, with his bottleneck slide and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, now it is all mixed up. See, it kind of looks like the
It looks
same.
like a milkshake. It's a Yop shake.
Like your audience.
Doc invented the Yop shake.
It's like the Cars song
Hey,
all mixed
Or
up.
do you need a straw? You gonna drink it, or you put a straw?
Yeah,
in it?
Randy Meisner had a good voice. I got several of his solo albums. He was a good singer as well. Yeah, they always had good vocalists in the
Yeah.
Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well,
Well, it's better than what I had last time.
it didn't make a funny face, so that's
No,
encouraging.
you didn't grimace. It doesn't look like
Well,
you
that's why I figured vanilla yop. Like,
Mhm.
and plus I shook it. I never shook it the other
Yeah,
time.
you didn't. You just let it sit
All
there.
mixed up. When I poured it out, it was like really thin.
Yeah.
And then I put whatever the cherry Coke in, so it didn't mix well.
Mm-hmm.
So I did everything correctly this time.
Yes.
And would I recommend this to you to go out and buy yop and then mix it with Coke? No. I don't think so.
I still want to know.
Really adventurous, but
Sometimes Doc gets you a bottle of yop and put it in the freezer, and tell me what frozen yop tastes
make
like.
yop pops.
Yop pops, yes.
You should try mixing it with 7-Up or something.
That'd be good.
Well, same idea.
Or
Different.
Mountain Dew or something. Or a beer, I
It's
guess.
passable.
Is it? Mhm.
It doesn't necessarily taste like a milk. No, not a milkshake, but like a float or soda thingy. It's got a little like off taste. Like
Ginger ale. I bet
wrong in here, but
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
ginger ale would work, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
we'll tune in next week. Mix of orange juice.
Orange juice, yop juice, yes, that'd be good.
That sounds good.
Try mixing it with a beer and see what it tastes like.
Oh, God.
No,
Ketchup in there and
unless
have
it's,
a
unless
bloody
it's-
yop Mary.
unless it's the Guinness.
Yeah.
Guinness floats, I've always heard it delicious. I
Yeah,
never made
yeah.
one. I always wanted
Mhm.
to.
Guinness?
And anyway, I'm gonna put
Yeah.
the cap. I'm gonna cap off my yop.
Our friend who named his dog Guinness.
Yeah.
Just Guinness and vanilla ice cream. I've seen people do it. I camped with it years before I ever saw somebody do it. And then the first time I was like, hey, I camped with that years ago, but I never did it.
Well, there's something to put on your bucket list.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Open a recycled bottle.
There you go.
I'd have to drink it again.
Like, I hope Joe Mayo isn't watching. He's like, oh no, all the plastic bits in here. Like, oh, you just killed yourself. Ooh. Well, whatever.
Plastic bit.
There's all this plastic residue.
He's already selling everything he owns because he's gonna die tomorrow anyway. So I don't know what the problem is.
I did not know that. Wow.
Well, it's always good to do a purge, you know.
Yeah.
I guess. So anyway,
So you can get money for comic books. I don't know that either, but whatever.
I might have to do a purge just to make room for the records I'm buying.
Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Gurr, you bought something else here that you can show us. It's in a box.
Huh?
It's in a box.
Oh, my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Show
people would be
people at home.
interested in my other hobby, my model building.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
This is
autistic star.
there's actually two full kits in there.
Oh,
This
two
is
planes
the
in one.
P-40E, which was one of the early fighters that the Allies flew in World War II.
Yeah, the one looks pretty mean.
And this is the E version. If you know about the Flying Tigers flew the E, the P-40E.
I read a book. I read a really good book about the Flying Tigers not that
Well,
long ago.
this is a plane they flew, the Curtiss P-40. The British called it the War Hawk.
It looks like a shark or something.
Or sorry, the Americans call it the War Hawk. The British call it the Kitty Hawk.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And it has several different markings you can do it in.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I'm
Dwyer.
trying to find Canadian markings because the Canadian squadron served in the Aleutians in Alaska. So I'm going to try to find Canadian markings for it and do that. I don't think I have Canadian markings with this particular kit, but I know I probably have them in my decal collection. So anyway, there it is. This is fairly new and kind of looking forward to building that one.
Go to your local hobby store today.
It comes with stuff. Nice instruction booklet there.
Who needs that?
Yeah. Well, you do so many of these, you kind of always build in sub-assemblies anyway. So I'll do one part of it and then do another part.
Batteries not included.
There's a couple of markings there.
Mhm.
Yeah, kind of cool. So that's my new one for this week.
I see.
It's made out of polystyrene, so it's kind of like a record.
Yes, it's close.
And it comes in colors.
Yeah, it's colored vinyl.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Somebody's missing.
Well, Tim said he'll be right back. He said.
Oh,
He's back.
I
I want to find this. If you ever see this, Paul, pick it up and read it.
Yeah.
This is a
Kleiner.
fantastic book. Tells you the entire story of the Flying Tigers.
So for people who don't know, the Flying Tigers were American volunteers who went to fight in China when the Chinese invaded China. This was before America got into World War II. They were all volunteers.
Yeah.
And then when war broke out, they kept the squadron intact and made them.
Yeah, they most of them quit the military to do this.
Yeah, you're right.
But,
in fact, some of them weren't even. Some were Canadians too. I think.
But the thing that happened was because of their exploits trying to help out China, they probably inadvertently got us into World War II.
Hey,
because they're officially known.
Japan probably bombed Pearl Harbor because of the Flying Tigers. But,
well, that's the theory. Yeah. But
Yeah.
they called the AVG. It was the American Volunteer Group. That was the name of the squadron, AVG, and they all had a tiger symbol on their airplane. And that goes way back to World War I. That was a traditional symbol. And so they call themselves the Flying Tigers, but their official name was the American Volunteer Group.
Oh, look, there's Dick York.
The lead guy.
Yeah, Chenault. Yeah, exactly. Lee Chenault.
Yeah, he is the leader, and and
that's good.
They tried to make him official, and they all resisted it. And this is a good book. This is a really interesting read.
Yeah, they were kind of rogues. You know, they're kind of renegades. They sure helped out in China. They were really
the Chinese government loved them.
Well, they had the modern planes for that time. Those were the modern planes.
Well, I mean, they were invited to the presidential palace many times. Lee could go there whenever he wanted. He could go sit and have a conversation with the leader of China pretty much anytime he wanted to. I mean, they loved these people.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. They're a fascinating side story.
Yeah, great book. Great book. I'm not a World War II guy, so I don't even know why I picked that up, but I'm glad I did. It was a really
I can
good
tell
book.
you why you picked it up. Any book about tigers is great.
Probably because it was, but the interesting thing is, and I remembered what was going on and everything. This is the book that I was reading when I broke my arm. So there's like a 4-month intermission between starting this book and finishing it.
Put it away. Yes. Yeah.
Go break an arm and go look for this book.
Mm-hmm.
It's therapeutic. Look what it did for Tim. My arm is healed.
I should get, what was the author's name in that? Stein?
Sam Kleiner.
Sam Kleiner.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find that on Amazon.
You can't go to Cole's bookstore anymore.
It's written very well. And it's very, it's
not
boring at all. It's not boring or technical at all. It's a good story.
I studied military history in university. I studied the American Civil War, and I got to learn a lot about that stuff and strategy. And we used to play board games like Risk. Nobody could beat me at Risk because I've learned all about those strategies, right?
So that's how it's done.
Yeah.
Well, I was too busy playing Battleship.
You want to lose Risk. The easiest way to lose Risk is go for Russia. That's the easiest.
No, you can't. That's the last thing you do.
Yeah. No, because you can't hold Russia.
Russia and
whoever
Europe.
has Russia is going to lose.
Russia and Europe, and then the next is Africa. It's got too many entry points, but Russia
There's
and
too
Europe.
many borders in Russia. Russia's one big border. You can't.
Well, I used to when we played. I used to start in Siam, the little southern Australia area, and I'd go up and I'd slowly take Russia, and then I'd hold the 1 point at North America, and then there was 1 point in near Africa, and then Ukraine, which was part of Europe. So you could actually hold that entire globe if you could hold those 3 countries. Because they were
it's like getting boardwalk and
you could hold that whole half of the map just by those 3 countries, and it got you a lot of armies too when your turn came along. So that was a strategy I used to do all the time.
We quit playing Risk when I was in high school because we would play on this guy Donnie Dalrymple. We had this pool area, and he had this big round glass table. We would play Risk on it. But we would all cheat, so eventually we quit because we dropped something.
And look up at the table.
Pick it up, and we could see everybody's cards under the glass table. So we'd all do it. We'd all.
He's ready to trade his cards, man.
Then you go down and you see everybody else's cards, and then.
That's a great game, though. I've got an online version on my phone. I play all the time. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Welcome to Strategies at Playing Risk. Yes. Now, you can win at Risk.
Oh, we used to get downright vicious with each other. Yeah. That one game where they decided that I was winning so much that they decided they'd all gang up on me. So I figured it out early on in the game. So I just got all my armies and put them up in the middle of the Arctic somewhere in Russia. And didn't even try to attack anybody. I just kept building and building and building because I figured eventually they're going to have to start attacking each other. And that's when I came in.
I sat up in the Arctic and watched.
By the time I let them do that, I came in and kicked their asses in like one turn.
Are there nuclear weapons in Risk?
No, just
like cannons and stuff. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's just these big little. Yeah. I'll get you my game. I'll show you the game. It's a hoot. It really is.
All you have to do is capture Tuck the Tuck and you win.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Nice day. I'm wearing my shorts again.
Whoa. It's 37 degrees here.
It's like 75 or something here. Close to 80.
That's a breeding ground for tornadoes.
Well, we have rain coming in Tuesday and Wednesday. You never know.
Tornadoes, what the?
Well, you never know,
75 degrees. That's like twice as what's here.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We're about to play Risk, kids.
Tire tape, the game of Risk.
Here we go. The World Strategy Game. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
By Parker Brothers. Yes. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Oh, you muted yourself. I can't unmute you.
Yeah.
Hi there.
There you go.
So there's the board.
Ooh. With an exclamation point. Risk.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you were able to hold this country here, okay, and Ukraine and Middle East, that you could hold this whole area. And then from there you could just branch out to wherever you want. But
why is North America
down here? So this is one continent, this is a continent, Europe is a continent, Africa, South America, and North America. Those are all the continents. So if you held a continent, you got so many extra players or extra men and so on.
Yeah, and here comes Magellan around the Cape Horn.
Oh yeah, and Flipper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flipper and Mrs. Flipper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then mine is so old that the players are just little blocks. They're just little cubes.
What?
Yeah.
What are those? Are those like little houses, like Monopoly?
No, they're just this. Each one of these is worth an army.
Oh, okay.
And then these ones are worth 10 armies.
Don't eat them.
Don't eat.
No.
They're wood. These are made out of wood.
Yeah.
Well, not plastic.
Why was North America split up into weird countries or something?
Well, it's just so you could see the countries easier. And then you got these cards, right? So there's a card.
Yeah.
And the man represents, so if you got 3 soldiers, you could cash them in for a certain number of men. If you got 3 cannons, and then what was the other one? The horse, the cavalry. So if you got the most if you had 3 different cards, and you could cash them in to get extra armies. And then you could put the armies wherever you want and then go kick your friend's ass. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you use the card, like there's Iceland, so if I cash this card in, I could put 2 armies on Iceland as well.
Yeah, that's where the cheating comes in, because all your cards are on the face down on a glass table.
You don't show these to
you see what everybody's got.
Yeah, you don't show these to your opponent because you don't want to tip them off as to what you're when you're going to cash your cards in, right?
Yeah.
You want to surprise them, right? So if you got these face down on a glass table, you do a TieDyed.
So then everybody, whoops. You never saw so many people draw stuff.
I used to keep them in my shirt pocket so nobody could peek at them. You know,
we made a rule. We made a rule. You get on the glass table, you had to keep your cards on the glass table.
If you had to go to the washroom, you took your cards with you. You didn't dare to leave them on the table because you knew the other buggers were going to cheat. Right? So, oh no, we were brutal. We played for hours.
I know.
That's the thing about Risk. No, we rarely finished. I can only remember finishing maybe half a dozen Risk games in my whole life, because after like 3 hours, we'd get bored and do something.
When you attack somebody, they get 2 dice to roll, and you get up to 3. And so if you got, like, let's say they rolled a 4 and a 2, okay, and you rolled 2 6s, for example, then they would lose 2 armies. But if you rolled a 4 and a 3, you would lose an army and they would lose an army, because if they tied one of your dice, that meant you lost, but the 3 would beat the 2, so they would lose an army. That's how it all works. So yeah, it's great fun.
You know, down in the green room, I have somebody who knows all about Risk strategies.
You're backstage.
No, it's a very strategic.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Very simple.
Oh, it's Mr. Brad.
Mr. Brad's here.
Hey.
Hello there.
It's lunchtime.
You're very tiny. Where are you? Where are you?
We're out eating food.
That's surprising.
It's so noisy we can't hear.
Not just food, it's seafood.
We went to 3 record shows today.
Oh, great.
Went to a record show and we went to two record stores.
Oh, great.
Bought all kinds of stuff. So
goody.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All kinds of food too.
Fun. We'll have to do a show and tell.
I thought we'd say hi. I don't know if you can see me or not, but hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, what's that?
I can't hear. We'll catch you at home where we can hear you a little bit later.
Okay.
Wave goodbye.
Okay. Enjoy.
Ooh. How dare you get away with like that? Well, guess what? Robert P. and Hugo Bride and somebody else there was having
another guy there.
Yeah.
Another guy.
Guest stars on this show.
Sounds like they spent lots of money.
Oh no.
You were at a buffet.
Yeah, probably.
No, I was talking about the record store we went to.
That'd be a good name for a buffet. I've never heard anybody have Jimmy's Buffet.
Look at them.
You get it? Jimmy's Buffet.
Jeez.
What are you doing to that dog? Oh, he's playing with something. Okay.
Ava had her squeaky ball.
Okay.
Oh.
Man,
What are you
doing to that
Brady
poor
squeak.
dog? Yeah.
I thought a kitten was being eaten.
Yeah, me too.
Which is fascinating.
Yeah.
You know, dogs, they love things that squeak. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What is it about that?
fascinating.
Yes, this is true.
You know what else we haven't done today yet?
The death of the week?
You're just in time for death.
Okay, the death of the week.
The death of the week.
Okay.
First, I have to find it. Here we go. It's George Foreman, famous person with the.
Oh, you got one?
George
I've got
Foreman.
one in. I think I'm going to throw mine away.
That's
So
what
we
you
haven't
were
used
hanging
it.
around with earlier. Okay.
Yeah, like 10 years.
I got
Yeah.
one.
I
Thank
am
you,
Joe.
George. Thank you, George.
How's it for cooking cereal?
Not very good. No,
That's
I
all
wouldn't
you eat
recommend
is
it.
cereal, right? So yeah.
No.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds good. I was watching the Green Egg this morning, and Mrs. Douglas served him fried oatmeal. I bet it would be good having fried oatmeal.
Well, you put oatmeal in here, but it wouldn't turn out very well.
I was sad to see George go. He was.
I didn't know he died. You could
Yeah.
make yop infused burgers on that.
Yeah, yacht burgers.
He died Friday. He was 76.
76.
76.
Yeah.
Wow. Who's going to take over his empire?
He has like 7 sons, and they're all named George.
Yeah, one of his sons named George. George Foreman's going to take it over, I bet.
Yeah, George Foreman, the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth. Because he's on a commercial. My son's name is George, and he's George, and he's George. And so
These things are going to shoot up in value.
yeah.
Like
I don't think
anytime
so.
anyone dies, their merchandise just goes through the roof.
I think they still make them, so I don't think so.
Oh yeah, sure. But they come in different sizes and different things. You're like, oh, this one you can make grilled cheese sandwiches on. Ooh, yum. So you just watch.
I've got one in there that belonged to a lady who used to live here, and she left it when she left. It doesn't smell too good, but it's still there. So I don't think she cleaned it very often. So
No, self-cleaning.
well, still you have to at
It
least
doesn't
clean it off or something.
look very good after you've used it, but
Tastes like grease. Yeah, have grease burgers.
So yeah, George Foreman has left us.
Mm-hmm.
This is his legacy.
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
I'm ashamed.
Enough about George.
Guys, did you guys see this picture here? I'll share
Which
it.
one?
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, let me share this. It's a really great picture. You've probably seen it. Let me just share it here.
Oh, you're going to share.
Yeah, I gotta share it. Hang on.
Okay.
Robert, he's going to
There you go. Okay.
try later.
There you go. Okay. There. You should be able to see it now.
Here it comes.
Yeah. Not a great picture.
Yeah.
It's George and George and George. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
No.
Joe.
Joe, Muhammad, George.
Muhammad and George.
Yeah.
Ah,
Not a great picture though.
yeah.
Is Joe Frazier alive?
Yeah, that's hard.
No, they're all gone now.
Oh,
George,
all three of them are gone.
yeah, Joe died a few years ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're all gone. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. I thought it was a great picture. I posted it on my Facebook page. I thought it was really
There you go. Ooh. That was heartwarming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but did Muhammad Ali ever make a grill you could make this?
No, I don't think no.
It's
That's
just
on
so
George
heartwarming
Clooney's
to
face.
watch
He flipped his
three good friends who tried to kill each other for a living. It's just heartwarming.
They did end up as friends. That's the thing. Like they hated
Yeah, they
each
did
other.
towards the end.
And even Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali ended up friends, So
Yeah.
they had
They try to
three.
be
All
over
the
there.
fights were actually wars. Those three guys had. Those two guys had. But
Not once did one ever try to bite the other's ear off.
no, they
That's
were
right.
so inclined.
No, never
But
happened.
even like George Foreman and Ali ended up friends. Like it was just, Yeah.
Once upon a time, this world had something called class.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, it was a different time. Wasn't it? They respected each other, and I think it all started with that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They might have hated each other in the ring, but they still respected each other. So.
Mhm. Respect. So George Foreman has left us, and we salute you and your great inventions.
All them grills, and he had a whole bunch of them grills after the one count. He had several sizes, and
Yeah, this one does 10 hamburgers at once.
I bet you're selling like hotcakes right now.
Oh yeah.
No
Oh,
pun.
they're worth money now.
He didn't make hot cake makers.
I'll be able to sell that for probably $300.
Or as Ava would say, hot cake.
When you give me your
hot cakes,
when you give me your cookie jar, you can
Darling, would you like your hot cakes?
I've started watching that show again. Oh man, I never.
Doc, when you give me your cookie jar, you can throw that grill in with it.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's an heirloom now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's going nowhere. So
yeah, just like the cookie jar.
Very dusty. Got a little dust on it.
Dusty.
Okay. Man.
Yeah.
This is good.
Robert P. and Beetle Brad and
you're enjoying it.
I remember watching that fight when George won his title back. He was 45 years old, and it was at a buddy's house. It was a modeling club, actually. We were building scale planes together, and he hosted the club in his house, and he was upstairs watching this fight. So I went up and watched it with him, and we were just shaking our heads because George was losing the fight, but he wasn't getting hurt, right? And we were saying to each other, he says, all he's going to need is one punch. And sure enough,
knocked him out.
He hit him one good one, and that was it. The fight was over.
Yeah.
It was something to see.
That's almost like Adam West dealing Vito Scotti a good sidewinder.
Yeah, it was almost like that because honestly, George was getting pummeled, but it was like it wasn't hurting him.
Yeah. I just felt bad when Leon Spinks beat Muhammad Ali.
There's a matter of time. George is going to unleash just one good punch, and sure enough, that's what happened. It was really funny. Good to watch.
And how?
Have you done the album of the week yet?
Yes, we have.
Or you done the album of the week yet? Okay.
You missed a lot.
Well, I was eating. I had a big lunch, so I don't have to eat much for dinner. So
that's a pretty good reason. Can't find fault with that.
I don't like apples and cinnamon oatmeal.
Oh, really?
Let's add it to the things that list of things you don't like.
It'd be a long list.
It is.
You'd be a real difficult house guest to have. I'll tell you that.
Apples and cinnamon.
Who doesn't like apples and cinnamon on anything? Like, that's just weird.
Right underneath that would be number 2, Bob Dylan.
Okay.
You like it less than Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
So what's number 3?
People who park their cars.
About 100 things that are tied to 3.
So on the basis of that you don't like apples and cinnamon, I'm thinking Coke and vanilla yop is probably actually delicious.
Yeah, it might be.
You just don't have any taste.
Yeah. Well,
there's only like a swallow.
Oh, you drink it.
No, it's
been good.
Solidified yet? It's still
that
liquid.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it's still liquid. That's impressive.
Yeah.
The other one turned into foam or something.
You must have got the right proportions.
See, I did it right this time.
At least it's not like shoe polish or anything like
I
that.
knew the other time I did it, it was badly done.
So tell us what's wrong with apple cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's getting the apple in your oatmeal. And then
You don't like apples in your oatmeal?
Oh, makes me wretched. Literally.
Good flavoring. I wasn't crazy about oatmeal myself.
Well,
Mom fed me oatmeal when she got tired of cooking eggs.
There are
I
things.
prefer cream of wheat. I was always my preference with hot
I
with
didn't
milk,
like
hot water. You mix it with milk. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Cream of wheat
Cream of wheat was all right as long as they didn't put watermelon in it.
or cinnamon apple, apparently.
Yeah. Apples and cinnamon.
Mom, get these raisins out of here. Ugh.
You have to pick them out.
Well, yeah.
Pick a spoon and pick all the raisins out of that stuff.
Quit
Well,
fucking
like
the raisins.
Raisin Bran
No,
either.
it'll take a while. Oh yeah, you so don't buy a box of Raisin Bran. You have to pick the
That's
raisins out in the bran.
Yeah.
Not till you get to the bottom of the box. You don't. You can have 3/4 of a box of Raisin Bran before you have to pick a raisin out.
Yeah, I've decided my next box of Raisin Bran, I'm opening it from the bottom.
Oh.
Would that work?
Well, you'll get some raisins at least.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
half of the box.
There's 2 scoops in a box of raisins.
Yeah, and they're all at the bottom.
And one thing, Doc, to make your cereal last longer, you get a smaller bowl.
Oh, come on now.
Well, my cereal lasts several days.
Yeah, but then you go starving because you didn't get enough.
I think we just mentioned the elephant in the room.
Hey, wait a minute. No, I just don't want to fill the bowl twice, so I just take a bigger bowl.
You're not supposed
I
to have
think the
more than one
message is
bowl.
that you should eat less. I think that's the message.
It's breakfast.
Are you insinuating I'm overweight?
No, Jeff is trying to help you save money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That cereal's expensive.
I didn't eat enough of my Cheerios. I better have another bowl.
I'm not insinuating anything, Doc. You're overweight.
What are you talking about? Look at that. Look, let's look like I'm overweight. Come on.
Maybe they need some alone time, Jeff. I think there's a problem. Have you named it yet?
Come on.
Is it twins?
Oh boy.
This is what happened to the Ritz brothers.
That's what happens when you retire.
Doc ate them.
I ate them. Well, they were named Ritz, so I put a little peanut butter.
The crackers, yeah.
When I was young, I wanted the body of a Greek god, and ended up with the body of a goddamn Greek.
Mm.
Well, I'm sure you guys are fit as fiddles anyway. So.
I don't know. I weigh 215. I put myself on the scale a couple of weeks ago. I was 215.
Well, then.
Mind you, I am 6'2", so that's part of it.
Oh, well. Yeah, I'd be looking up to you. Whatever. Like, look at it. It's one of them dwarfs. I know. I lost my job with Disney. It was CGI dwarfs instead of hiring actual dwarfs. So,
Next thing you know, they'll be CGIing Santa Claus, for crying out loud.
Yeah, there you go. Ho ho ho.
next Jurassic Park, they're using real dinosaurs.
Oh, okay.
So Irwin Allen tried it to see how well that turned out.
Well, his monsters are pretty good in Lost in Space.
No, have you never seen The Lost World?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Well, they reused footage in all sorts of movies.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
the big hairy Cyclops. Which one was that?
Well, that's Lost in Space. That's like
that was the guy with the thing in.
Is that the same thing they used on Star Trek when they went to that planet and they had all the big hairy creatures that were killing them? Is that it looked like the same?
I think so.
Same creature.
But I did notice the creature outfit when he did the creeper, because he was one of they got a little Cyclops to run out the door with the rest of the guys.
Oh, well, yeah, it didn't quite fit in the keepers.
I know. I was going to say, and then you run them back through because they only had 4 monster suits.
Yeah, but in Irwin Allen's The Lost, I forgot the name of it now.
Lost World.
Lost World.
Mm-hmm.
All his dinosaurs were like iguanas and lizards.
With stuff on them. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Our dinosaurs.
Yes.
Harryhausen used to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
were short for time, and he couldn't.
Yes, he was.
Trying to do everything. You would just tie a fin on the back of a lizard and go, okay, there you go.
The monkey Bleep, or what was the monkey's name? Yeah, that was didn't they put a horn or something on that?
Yeah.
So,
that's our movie.
Sorry, that was way better than the movie version, though.
Yeah.
Bad AI. I don't remember the movie version.
You're lucky.
Yeah. One of the worst movies ever made. I mean,
it can't be. It had Heather Graham in it.
You'd be better off taking every copy of that film that exists and throwing it in your fireplace and getting a little heat out of it.
It was pretty horrid. It was a waste of Gary Oldman, that's for sure. It was pretty horrid. It was a pretty bad movie. I think Matt LeBlanc sabotaged it.
Who did?
Matt LeBlanc. He played Don.
I didn't think he was so bad.
No, it was the whole. I don't know. It was too dark. The movie was just too dark. I think.
Well, it didn't want to be a comedy like the.
And it
didn't have to be
silly. It was dark, but it was just as silly. I mean, the ending is just as silly as any silly ending.
For all you Lost in Space fans, they gave you 2 minutes of ha-ha, at the very end.
It's pretty dark, and they should have used the original robot. Like the one that came out with, it was scary. Like that robot they have is scary bugger. I don't know. It was just too dark. Too dark. Anyway, it was a good shot, good attempt, but
movies like out of that kind of thing never work. Like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie is terrible too. You can't do movies out of that kind of stuff. It just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Where is everybody? Having supper or watching NASCAR or something?
Well, it's a nice day. They're out.
And Beetle Brand.
Yeah, they're out shoveling snow in some parts of the country.
They're out at Denny's.
There's a line now because of this podcast or whatever this is. There's a line now with they can't even eat because they're all signing.
We've reduced ourselves to a whatever this is. The best whatever this is on YouTube. That's us.
Why are you missing out?
That would be a good name for one of these.
You could be part of whatever this is.
Episode 1.
I'm going to start a channel called Whatever This Is.
Whatever this is.
I think it's been taken.
Thanks for that, Tim. You're really big for confidence.
That's an inspiration. Next week, we're all going to trade records.
Why are you sitting there and said this, whatever this is?
Watch it. You won't be disappointed watching whatever this is.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed with this, whatever this is.
We've gotten to the point where even our regular panelists are left speechless.
Pretty bad.
Oh, boy.
I know we have to go up against Fax Verse and Dave Sundstrom and all these.
Yeah, and whatever this is.
And Rick 9G, who hasn't.
Whatever he is, whatever they
are. Off on him either. He's a nice guy.
Dan Monroe is kicking our butt.
I like Dan Monroe. He does a good job.
I know, I did. But he's doing a lot of commercials lately. Holy cow!
I got ad blocker on. I don't watch him.
No, he puts it in his video.
Oh, right, he does promo of his own.
Yeah. So like,
I think
I'll have a cup of coffee.
Funny? I think it's just coincidence, but Recordology once in a while will have a commercial in one of his videos, like for his own stuff, and inevitably, every time he puts in a commercial for his own stuff, it's cut in half by a YouTube commercial. And then that's the point where YouTube comes in and puts in a commercial, and then his commercial ends, and it's just like.
But Dan Monroe calls his channel Movie, Music, and Monsters, and I can't see any videos about music.
He doesn't do very many.
Oh, here's one he did 8 years ago. Kiss Live, Rochester, New York.
There you go. But
Okay.
no, he's very skimpy on the music.
Oh, he does. Okay, there's a few. This is like 3 months ago. He did one on Boston. Whatever happened to Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the guy.
It's like sci-fi movies and monsters. Though.
Well, the one guy that was in Boston is still around.
The one guy.
One guy
Well,
who is
Boston was only one guy. I don't care what anybody
Yeah.
says. Boston was one guy, and then he went and got a vocalist.
Everybody else died or left the group.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Schultz is the man.
Yes. So
Brad Delp. So
Brad Delp was amazing though. Like he had one of the best rock voices. That guy could sing the phone book. He had an amazing voice.
Mm-hmm.
He never got, while he was alive, he never got full credit, but he had an amazing voice.
What?
There's a radio segment that my wife used to listen to on the way home from work. They would isolate vocals on songs, and they did all kinds of people: Alice Cooper, Jimi Hendrix. They did all these people, and they did Boston one day. It was the Long Time, the song from the first album. And she just came in. She says, "I'm blown away by that singer. Who is he?" And I was telling her all about it. Yeah, well, he's great. Yeah, and I said, "Well, he was. He's dead." And she was all upset about that. Yeah, and then I went and listened to it too, and he really is like, if you listen to his vocals isolated,
he's very good. Yes.
He was just, my God, he had an amazing, powerful range. He just had a wonderful voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what cartoon George Foreman appeared in?
No.
Was that Hong Kong Phooey?
Batfink.
The Scooby-Doo movies.
I don't know.
No idea.
No idea.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, the Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
was on that one.
Yeah, that would have been a good guess.
The Simpsons brought down the Cosby Show.
Either that or South Park.
Or something, yeah.
Happy Days.
Mm-hmm. Could have been.
Yeah, they were going to rent the apartment above the garage to George Foreman.
Oh, okay.
But Fonzie
doesn't have a whole lot of room to stack his hamburger fryer thing.
Oh, hey, look.
Jorgen. Hey, Jorgen. What's up?
I can be here for a short while. James thought he could do a record streaming of 5.5 hours. So
yeah,
I'm going to bed, but I can be here for a short while.
Okay,
oh, yeah.
That's good.
What are you wearing there? It looks like you're a thug or something.
Hey, yo, man.
Kind of looks like Yoda. I was going to say, looks like Yoda.
Star Wars.
I think it's called a hoodie, but
It must be cold in Sweden.
Well, no, not. It's been warmer degrees a couple of days now.
Is it like minus
And
something?
sun? No, plus.
Ooh,
So it's been sunny.
That's good.
Do you have any records you'd like to share with us today?
I haven't bought anything new this week, so I've been sorting records, not buying.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're what do they call it, Tim? You're purging.
What?
You're purging.
Sometimes you need to store away those that you have so you can get space for new. So I have it.
So did you get out your sorting hat and put each record in? And go, this one goes to Ravenclaw. This one goes to
Yeah.
Slytherin. This one.
Yeah.
I had a massive door needed to go inside.
Yeah, this one goes to Gryffindor.
Everyone wants to be in Gryffindor, but nobody wants to be in Slytherin.
It was one hell of a job, but it's done now, so
I
can do it again.
I got a stack of records. I have to file. I'm just thinking I'm running out of space too.
Uh-oh.
Welcome
You'll
to the
have
club.
to put on your sorting hat and say, I keep and give and whatever.
Well, I'm almost at the point where I got to build another record shelf, and I just did one a couple of
Summer's coming up. You have something to do in the
couple
when
of
the
years.
weather gets warmer. Buy
Well,
some more.
yeah.
Some
Yeah,
more.
I got most of the wood I have to get some more wood done.
Yeah.
I got most of the wood I need to build another shelf, but
Yeah. Make sure you buy Canadian wood, or else there'll be a tariff on it.
yeah, boy, it's like just buying 3/4 inch plywood is expensive. It's like $120 a sheet or something. It's not cheap. Yeah, it's not cheap. Like it's crazy. And you want to get good thick stuff because it's holding a lot of weight, right? You want to get like at least 5/8, 3/4 inch.
Mm-hmm.
3/4. I prefer 3/4 inch plywood because plywood's the strongest, and it's.
Yeah. If you're making a shelf at home, mark this down. Don't get the 3/4 or a half. Get the good.
Yeah, you want to get 3/4 inch because it's you want something that's going to hold up.
And get something made out of metal.
Otherwise, your shelves are going to go like this.
They'll bowl like that thing there.
Or you could do what a lot of like the Kalex and stuff do and put a divider every foot or foot and a half at the most, and then that'll
You
hold.
see mine, you notice the shelves aren't they're all straight. All my shelves are straight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like I've got.
Oh yeah. Oh, good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
well, it's 3/4 inch plywood. That's why you need that to hold the weight because like those shelves I think I've got 24 inches wide, and there's a lot of weight on one shelf there. So.
Yeah, those Beetle boxes are like 10 pounds each.
Well, they're heavy.
They look heavy.
Yep.
Okay. All it takes is one good earthquake, and Jorgen's going to have everything on the floor.
Well, not highly unlikely here in this area.
Well, we got it tied down.
Who knows? We may have tornadoes here this week. We'll see. If the rain comes and we have hot air and cold air, mix it together, we might just have tornadoes.
Fox
You're not in Kansas anymore.
No.
There's even a tornado in Tuktiaktuk.
Yeah.
We haven't done a weather check. What's the temperature? I'll go do the.
I don't know.
I'm trying to fix my camera here. So my little dot there. Got my dot there. Okay. Let's see. What's it like?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, we always get a different temperature though, so I'm gonna.
It'll come up here. Minus 13.
Ooh.
I
got -8 on my line here.
Ooh. But it's mostly sunny though.
Gosh, it's 68 degrees here.
37 here.
I got my window open, my back window open.
Oh wow. Oh, the cats will escape.
Yeah, well, no, there's a screen there, but they take turns. If one cat moves, the other cat gets up and takes his place, and the cat that moved got upset because he lost his place.
Yeah, but
they're fighting, trying to, They're
trying to saw the thing open. Like we're gonna escape. We're gonna get out.
Oh, one of them tried to throw himself against the
Let me out of here.
the deal to knock it off and he can get out. Yeah, so
knock it off.
Stupid cats.
The screen, yeah.
Then they all escape. We're free. We're free.
We're free. Yes.
About time we've been in this hellhole
for
the longest time, eating like little friskies or whatever your food is.
Cat food. This is seafood treats, some kind of seafood flavored cat food. They like it.
You escape out of that house, you'll never get seafood treats again.
I know.
Think about it.
Just wait till you see me open up a can of sardines. They go bananas.
My cats love the Temptations. They just go nuts.
Oh yeah. Now that might be when I'm seafood treats.
Like My Girl, your cats are really big fans of My Girl.
Oh, the Temptations.
They like Temptations.
You're fired.
But I love the commercials for Temptations. It's the ones where the cats go flying through the drywall.
Oh yeah.
It's just hilarious.
Wow.
All these cat-shaped holes in the drywall. Cats went through.
Anyhow, they can get those temptations.
Yeah, they just take a straight line to the Temptations.
Whatever happened to the dancing cats for Meow Mix?
They all died.
Meow, meow, meow,
Oh,
meow.
oh yeah, they're all dead by now.
Now the original Morse the Cat's been dead a long time ago, but I think
they tried replacing them with the
but the other cats are dying off too. So.
I named my orange tabby Morris after Morris the cat. No. Morris. I wanted to name them Mick and Keith, but my wife wouldn't let me.
That's stupid.
That's what she said. I'm not naming them after those guys. You mean those guys? Anyway, yeah, wouldn't let me name them Mick and Keith.
If I had a cat in Sweden, what would I name him?
Benny
Misse or Murre or stuff like that. Misse or Murre.
My cousin has a cat named Frida.
Oh.
I was gonna say, if you had 2 male cats in Sweden, there's only one possibility. You'd name them Benny and Bjorn. Of course you would.
The problem is that these days, even here in Sweden, pets are getting named after human names. So it's dogs are being named like Thomas or stuff like that.
Yeah, everywhere. That's worldwide. It's not just in Sweden. There's no Fidos or Spots anymore. It's all
Our minister just got a puppy and he named her after a city or a town in Portugal. I can't remember the name of it. He says just was a nice name.
The most weird name I heard, I knew a guy who claimed he was a Satanist, so he had a cat that he named the devil. In Swedish.
Yeah. We got a favorite Fifth Dimension song?
I can't remember any.
Well, that's okay. I was thinking of a Fifth Dimension album.
Aquarius.
Probably Wedding Bell Blues. I guess.
Aquarius is great, but
Aquarius is good.
Up and away.
Sweet Blindness is good. I like their version of Sunshine of Love. The Cream song.
Oh,
they do an excellent version of that.
Yeah.
I think I only have one Fifth Dimension album, and I don't remember any songs on it right now. So
it's blank.
Yeah, there are no songs.
Yeah.
Just you put the needle on it. It's just 20 minutes of silence.
Exactly.
Whatever. Now, what about Wedding Blues? You gotta marry me, Bill.
Did they do one last bell to answer? Was that them too?
Yeah, they had a lot. People don't remember how long their career was.
Well,
they started in like 67, and they were still having hits in like 75.
Well, then her and Billy Davis
with nothing on.
Alan McCoo and Billy Davis went out as
with a lyric sheet. Wow.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the lyric sheet.
I can understand how that looks like.
There we go. That's a lyric sheet.
It is not, of course, it's made with novelty. I bought it because it was hilariously stupid. It, of course, made some kind of comedy spoof.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the recommendations.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. I see Japanese on that.
Sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
So this is the closest thing to an album I have with nothing on.
Hope that didn't cost too much.
$1.
Well, there's a new one. I talked about it earlier. A bunch of artists got together and put out an album of just recording nothing, studio noise and stuff as a protest against AI. It came out like a month ago or something like that. You got Paul McCartney. You got tons and tons of mostly UK artists, but all big artists in the UK are on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing. There's just ambient noise or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe somebody sharpening a pencil. Nothing. But because in the UK they want to make everything open to AI. and which means the artist won't make any money anymore. So they got together and made this album and said, "Here, you can have this. You can have all the songs on this album. Go ahead."
I like
the
two
one
versions.
was
Yeah.
Soil Picnic. That one's very dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Stone Soul Picnic dirty. That's
soil.
Most it's supposed to be.
I know soil.
But I mean, over half their hits were written by Laura Nyro. So
yeah,
I mean,
I love her version of Wedding Bell Blues.
I have her to thank for the career.
Mm-hmm.
But they were still having hits in the mid 70s. Save the Country was a big hit. That's like 74 or 75. They were still having hits.
I hardly ever see the Fifth Dimension in the thrift store.
No, I never do.
Yeah, so
they're pretty common here.
Oh, well, they didn't do very well in Sweden apparently, but.
Well, you're not looking at records though, Doc. You're looking at CDs, and I don't know how many in America. I don't know that their albums ever came out on CD. There's greatest hits, but I don't think any of their albums ever came out on CD.
That's a big misjustice or something.
Yeah, it is. I think.
Like all I find are like Susan Boyle and stuff.
There's I can't remember who came out. Maybe Rhino. There's a really nice two CD compilation of the Fifth Dimension, which has a lot on it.
Wow. And that's why going to the thrift store now is like there's nothing here.
Yeah. Hit and miss.
I know I actually went yesterday and hit a couple of thrift stores and damn, those Dr. Hook things are still there.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with Dr. Hook?
I don't like Dr. Hook.
I love Dr. Hook.
Doc doesn't like anything, so you know.
I don't like apples.
Do you feel the competition of being a doc when they also are doctors?
Well, do you like apples and cinnamon in your oatmeal?
What?
See? Apples and cinnamon oatmeal. What the hell's that? Ew.
It's delicious is what it is.
I settle with sugar on my oatmeal.
It's a delicious part of this balanced breakfast.
Cinnamon oatmeal.
Ah, jeez.
I remember when I worked at a thrift store around 20 years ago. The most popular artist that came in there was Kamal, the elephant song. The elephant, and it came in. It was an Indian artist singing in English, and the elephant song was a very huge hit. But it came in, I think, once a week, and then when it also started to come in CD, I felt like now I'm giving up.
Did you get any songs by this one?
Oh yeah! Woo! Woo!
Not that I remember, but on the other hand, I didn't know him back then. I wasn't a part of my community.
They sold like hotcakes, and then people got.
On the other hand, neither is he. He's not a part of our community anymore.
Oh, look, it's Stevie Schnee. Hello.
Well, Steve, you can come to Oklahoma and get yourself a weed card, and then you can buy all the weed that you want.
I got all kinds of moss on my lawn if you want that.
Yeah.
Moss. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a weed store on every corner, so.
Oh, there's half a dozen of them.
Yeah. Son of B. That scared the crap out of me. I know. Well,
must be talking about Dolan.
Yeah, indeed. Yes. Save the Country came out in 1970.
I thought that was way later than that.
I don't even know how to spell that guy's name. So I don't know if I can look it up. Yeah, the guy that threatens other YouTube channels. You and you and you are on my hit list. All of you. Yeah, okay. We know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, has he been doing that?
I don't know. I don't follow him. I watch Dan Monroe and his music, movies, and monsters.
No, movies, monsters, and music.
Something like that. Yeah.
He went down.
Oh, music, music, and monsters.
Yeah, something like that.
He went out recently and said that he removes himself from the vinyl community and makes videos only for himself now. Nolan, that is.
And Ski Lodge.
I thought with his 400 subscribers, he was always only making videos for himself.
I don't know.
Yeah, he must be making what 30 cents.
I thought the music community had already removed him.
I still think DC's puppet looked awful like
I have
him.
no problem with him.
No,
I don't either, honestly.
Like yes.
Rich is just not, he's not all there, so I just feel whatever,
But you could be not all there and still be nice, and that's my problem.
Well, I am, I try to be nice.
We're all nice. Whoa. Oh, Tim Allen's starting to blink out.
Yeah, I glitched.
I saw a little green glitch.
Yeah, I saw the green screen.
Yes.
Well, I'm AI. You didn't know I'm AI, so
I think he's a hologram.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yes.
Tim Allen is the worst.
He's working on it, I think.
Bring back Tim Allen's YouTube videos. Come on.
I'm thinking I got to get my podcast going first. I actually narrated 3 episodes last night.
This movement,
I have no idea, but
this movement to get Tim back doing videos is almost as big as MAGA.
Why do I feel like this Stephen Schnee is a troll that has been taken over his name?
Oh, you think so?
You think so?
It's a fake.
It kind of looks like
it could be, but yeah. I always thought Stephen was a bit of a troll anyway, so it's.
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Stephen, but I feel like it.
No, I think that's him.
I think so.
Hard to tell. Kind of looks like him.
Yeah. Maybe he needs to come up and clear.
Yes, I am Steve. Yeah.
I'm not on YouTube, but anybody on YouTube, all you gotta do is click his icon and go to his channel.
Yeah.
When it's been there, that will tell you if it's him or not. But
this is true.
I think it's him.
If you're the fake Schnee, we can find out.
I'm sorry, Stephen.
Will the real Stephen Schnee please go away? No, I mean, please stand up.
Yeah, don't go away.
Okay.
Yeah, like. Yeah.
Okay, that's you.
Okay, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm getting a little paranoid as streams.
Well, I was just going to say, we're not paranoid, are we?
No.
Whatever we are. Whatever this is.
You are troll. You are troll. And you are troll.
I'm not. A, I didn't think he was a troll, but
welcome
B,
to Docs, whatever this is.
I'm a
whatever this is. The show that nobody knows what it is.
I love that one.
What? I can't copy that? It won't let me copy that?
But we had so many problems with trolls taking over the names here.
And anyway, Stephen Schnee has said, yeah, that's me over on Facebook.
Okay.
So I thought I could copy.
I knew it was him. All you gotta do is go to his channel and see how long it's been there.
Yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah, same.
If it's been there like 3 hours, then it's not him. It's not hard to figure these things out.
Okay.
And
I understand.
I don't do anything.
It's okay. Neither do I, Steve. It's okay.
I still have some moss if you want it. That's
moss?
Yeah. Paul's got moss up in Canada. If you need some moss,
free. Just come and scrape it up. It's all yours.
Neither do I, Stephen. Neither do I.
I have beer once in a while, but that's
I don't anymore.
I have a bear once in a while.
A bear.
All the apples and cinnamon oatmeal you could stand.
Did you buy some apples and cinnamon oatmeal and not eat it, or just in your closet?
So you don't like Apple Jacks, then, Doc?
I fed it to Boo Boo the other day.
Well, the thing about moss, Stephen, is it always stays green. You know? So.
Oh, the apples and cinnamon oatmeal.
Yes. I says, "Do you like apples?" He likes everything.
I bet he does.
He is no Mikey. You know, that hates everything.
I saw him down at that.
He hates everything.
He and you got me more.
He hates everything.
Right.
He finished it off, so I have no more.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray! So back to multigrain Cheerios tomorrow. One big bowl too, Jeff.
I used to like Apple Jacks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cereal.
Well, I asked him because apple cinnamon oatmeal tastes like Apple Jacks. Same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And Apple Jacks and Fruit Loops mixed together are really tasty.
Yeah.
Bring back alphabets.
Oh,
they can't do that. They broke the dyes that they make the alpha.
No. Did they really? Oh,
I'm just kidding. I
Forgot
don't
their
know.
alphabet.
Yeah, they look kind of weird.
Don't they make alphabets anymore?
no, they're
No,
done.
they don't make them.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Done.
When they move them to China, they make Chinese alphabets.
Does it make alphagetti?
Yes.
Well, they get the alphagetti to make, make alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Doc's gonna go see.
I just happen to have.
Alphabets. Yeah, alphabets.
No, alphagetti.
Oh, alpha. Oh, okay.
Heinz alphagetti.
Mm.
Oh. Yeah.
And you see here, it was
I've never seen that.
got out of date in 1907.
Huh?
Don't forget to recycle the can.
I was gonna say it's that old.
It comes with instructions on how to eat.
Open can, put in
Open can.
cram spoon into mouth.
Exactly. How can it be?
Another fine Canadian product that you won't find anywhere else.
Not like those puppet guys that go.
Alphagetti. Oh my God.
Okay, Doc. It's time to mix half alphagetti, half yop.
Yeah, alpha. Yop-getti.
It's empty. It's empty.
I used to like the was the Chef Boyardee with the beefaroni.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to like that. They were the little beefaroni squares.
Yeah.
Don't feed it to your horse. I learned that from
I used to like that.
Yeah.
Don't feed it.
And also, it's really good on bread.
Mm.
You make a spaghetti sandwich. I made one of those one time.
Oh, with alphagetti?
Yeah,
perfect
on bread. You get it. It's best on a hamburger bun because it won't fall off the side.
Like a sloppy Joe kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Little cheese on it, heat it up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are better than alphabets because there's actual letters in here.
Oh yeah.
Alphabets at the end only have like 3 or 4 letters. Like another Q, another B. I can't make any words out of 4 letters. Come on. This thing was just full.
I can make all kinds of words out of 4 letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
I hate to break the news to you. I hate to break the news to you, Doc, but you're supposed to eat it, not play with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's half the fun. Like, there's a word in every spoonful, but not if, like, even SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs, yeah, that was another one, right?
SpaghettiOs, yeah, we used to have it in high school.
What kind of a word could you make out of that? On your spoon.
SpaghettiOs. That was a high.
You can't eat it because you can't make any words with the letters still or in the can.
No, it got cold by the time you're sitting there. Like, I think I see a V.
I'm pretty sure they still make SpaghettiOs.
Microwaves, as someone.
Yeah,
they were around when I was a kid. So SpaghettiOs are made for like close to 70 years.
Yeah, SpaghettiOs are really good with food fights because we get all the teachers mad.
chocolates in 22 seconds.
Put a piece of SpaghettiOs on your spoon. Boing. You have a girl try to clean SpaghettiOs out of her hair?
Ew.
We couldn't afford that stuff. We were so poor, but we ate healthier. We ate dog food.
Oh, okay.
Alpo.
Yeah, Alpo. I think it was called Alpo.
I wonder what warm Alpo would taste like.
Probably better than SpaghettiOs.
Oh, you're awful. Oh.
What you do is you mix it with Yop and it tastes wonderful.
Ow.
Ow.
We should get Doc to try it sometime.
Yeah.
You guys are savage. Oh.
I
Why
think
don't you eat
I
the can while you're
I think Doc just lost his appetite.
Yeah.
It's lucky I ate this before I started this. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You've already had that can around a long time, or you had that for lunch today.
Could have been.
With a little bit of Yop.
So you had some alpha with that
Alpha
word.
Getty. Alpha Getty.
Alpha
Getty.
Alpo Getty.
Heinz.
Apple Getty, yes.
Alpo Getty.
Alpo Getty. Okay.
Alpha Getty for dogs.
Yeah.
There are 57 varieties.
Oh, it's Heinz
Hello, Harry.
brand.
Do you have any
Hey,
Alpha
Harry.
Getty in your cupboard?
Yeah. Alpha Getty, Heinz brand, yes. They also make pickles.
Yes, they do.
Pickles are, yeah.
And ketchup and mustard.
Heinz pickles are good, but Bix are still.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, except for those little gherkins.
Bix mixed with the mixed sweet pickles. They're the best.
Yeah.
But Heinz makes pickles. Yep.
Yeah, they do.
And soup.
Yeah, Heinz soup. Yep.
And
not as good as Campbell's though.
Ketchup.
Well, Heinz ketchup is the only ketchup you have. You don't buy anything but. I mean, it's just a pale imitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't buy great value ketchup. It's runny as hell.
Yeah. And if it comes out of the bottle and it's crunchy, throw it away.
I hate crunchy.
I know. What is that? It's so smooth, get it out of there.
I don't know. I've got some great value ketchup. It's like, it's like water. Oh.
Yeah, you want to put it on your food and about 10 seconds of water. Oh, it's time for the ketchup. Yeah. Yeah.
I did something this week. I bought a jar of peanut butter. It's in the clear plastic bottle, it's a big 1 kilogram jar, right? Well, the clear plastic is really brittle. Of course, I drop it on the floor, and now the bottom's all cracked, and the oil is leaking out. So I got to keep the thing upside down so I don't get crap all over my countertop. What a pain that is. I got a full kilogram of peanut butter. Anyway.
Ooh.
I should just cut the bottom off and put it in a.
I hope it was crunchy peanut butter. That's the one.
Oh yeah, it is definitely. Yeah, it wasn't Kraft though. But I tell you, it was the President's Choice. Well, not that, but.
Okay.
But it's really good. It's just as good as Kraft, actually. In fact,
no name.
Yeah, it's an in-store thing at Save On Foods has it, but it's really good. Like it's as good as Kraft in my opinion. Yeah, but it's cheaper.
They don't have Kraft peanut butter in America.
Nope.
No, it's expensive. It's bloody expensive, that stuff.
By golly, I think I have some.
But you got to get crunchy, man. That's the best. Get the little bit stuck between your teeth. It's great fun.
Yeah. You have to floss or.
I don't have it.
Ah, ready to go to the store.
I have that no name stuff.
Oh, it's smooth peanut butter.
It's probably just as good. It probably is made by Kraft.
It's built at a sheet.
Western Family. That's the name of the.
Creme.
It's called Western Family, but I swear it's Kraft. It tastes the same as Kraft peanut butter. So, and it's like a couple of jars. It's a couple of bucks a jar cheaper.
Cremu.
Cremu.
But this is the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like the Kraft peanut butter would be like $5.99. This would be like 99 cents.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You pay a lot for the Kraft peanut butter. It's not cheap.
Well, you pay for the label.
Yeah.
So it's even got the green lid on it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a universal.
So look for this at your local store.
Or Cremier.
Of Cremier.
Cremier.
Jorgen is fascinated with all this conversation. He's learning all about North American peanut butter.
Yeah.
Well, Canadian peanut butter, because we don't have it. So.
Yeah.
1 kilogram. Look at that.
Oh, it's a kilogram, is it?
It's like,
Well,
it's
it's cheaper by the kilogram than half kilogram.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yummy.
What do the Canadians have against grams that you're always killing them? I've never understood this.
I don't know.
We kill the grams that we put them in a jar.
It's the thing, like we don't like apple cinnamon oatmeal either.
1 kilogram.
Yeah.
Look at the great recipes you get too.
See, what you got to do with your apple cinnamon oatmeal is put some maple syrup on it, and you'll love it.
Yeah. There you go. Spoonful of sugar, a little maple syrup.
Not
It'll
just
taste yummy.
the real stuff,
yummy.
not the fake stuff. You got to get the real stuff.
Be yummy, Doc.
No.
Try it. You'll like it.
You guys live in Canada. Where are you going to get real maple syrup in
From a
Canada?
tree.
Yeah, most people have it in their backyard.
Yeah. Get you a little knife. Yeah. Stab it and make a little plate.
People walking around with pails of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's great stuff. The real stuff, man. Like, it's funny because I have American friends who they've only had the fake stuff, and when they taste the real stuff, it's like, "Are you sure this is maple syrup?" And I say, "Yeah, that's what
I don't taste like it.
That's what it actually tastes like, guys. It doesn't taste like sugar."
Yeah.
They didn't boil it long enough.
It's not real maple syrup. It's got maple flavoring in it. It's not maple syrup at all. It's just sugar. That's all it is.
There are
sugar and flour and a little bit of something else.
What was it, Aunt Jemima, which is, I guess, racist now, but that wasn't real maple syrup.
No.
They pretend.
No, it just takes a bunch of Werthers and put them in a thing and melt them and put it in a jar. And there's your
pretty much what it is. Yeah.
I heard
maple syrup. It is sweet, but it's also got a real strong taste to it. Like it's good though. But if you've never had it, it'll shock you what it actually tastes like.
Okay, 65. So I wasn't far off. I knew when I was a kid it was around.
65, huh? Wow.
So like I've got a can of SpaghettiOs that's 60 years old.
I never realized till a couple of years ago that Campbell's made SpaghettiOs. I always assumed it was Chef Boyardee like everything else. It wasn't Campbell's.
No, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Which is why it's so you open a bottle.
Hey, Jorgen, have a good night.
Enjoy your peanut butter.
Yes.
See
and then there were 4.
A can of like beefaroni or whatever, and it's thick, and you open SpaghettiOs, and it's very soup-like, and the Campbell's make that explains it.
Yeah, I remember the commercials.
It's like a soup.
You know those commercials. SpaghettiOs. You know.
SpaghettiOs.
In fact, it's weird because if you open a can of Campbell's condensed soup, it's much thicker than a can of SpaghettiOs is.
Yeah.
It's soup.
Yeah, because they're tomato soup. You're supposed to mix it with water. Like you don't.
Yeah, all soup.
Yeah.
All soup.
Teddy peanut butter.
One of my favorite things I discovered when I was in college is I like Campbell's. I forget what they called it. Their bean soup.
Bean soup.
Yeah, but it's something else. It's not pork and bean soup, but it's something in bean. Anyway, that condensed. Don't add any water. I found that delicious. I loved that when I was in college. Don't add any water to it. Just plump it out of the can and cook it. It's really
right from the can.
flavorful. I mean,
the chicken noodle soup, you're supposed to add water to that.
Yeah, you're supposed to add water to all of them, but if you don't add water to that one, it's
the chunky
really
brand
intense.
don't. With chunky soup,
No,
you just
chunky
use
you
regular.
don't. But they say condensed right on the label, but
Yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do. But if you don't, they're really
It's supposed
intense.
to be got a 1-to-1 ratio with water. But I never do 1-to-1. I'll do like 1 to maybe a half a can of water just to make it a little more bulky.
That was the idea. Once they came out with can openers that actually opened a can properly, they used to put it in their commercials. They show you take the chicken soup out, you dump it in your pan, and then you go to your sink and fill your can up with water, and you get the rest of the remaining chicken soup that's still in the can.
Yeah. There you go.
Plus the water, and you dump that in your pot, and then you fill the can. You don't have to dirty a dish or anything. I mean, that was part of their advertising thing.
Bean and bacon is what you're thinking of.
Yeah. But don't add water. Just right straight out of the can, no water. It's really good.
I never bought chunky soup.
Don't just eat it out of the can like that.
Never bought chunky?
No, I've never bought chunky soup.
Oh, it's good. Like they got all sorts of different ones now.
Oh, yeah, no, it's way better than the regular soup.
Oh yeah, they even have a chowder, which is really good. It's all good. Like I haven't really had a bad chunky.
Well, no, because it had apples and cinnamon in it.
They don't have apples and cinnamon chunky.
Yeah, they do, Doc. You be careful with them.
Doc might be the only person I've ever met that doesn't like apples.
You gotta stop
I
buying.
don't like anything.
You gotta stop buying your soup on the street corner, buddy.
Hey man, want to buy some soup? Hey, it's got all kinds.
No, it's good. Come on. Yeah.
Whatever. Want some of this?
That's why he doesn't like apple cinnamon. He bought apple cinnamon soup from some guy out of the trunk of his car, and now he's
Yeah, the mason jar probably.
Yeah,
Pick it up. It's good. Yeah.
Mason jar.
Made it last Wednesday.
It's got raisins in it and everything.
Yeah. Raisins are just grapes that are dried. They're good for
probably
you.
just mash for his distillery. That's probably what it was.
Probably.
That's sad. Ooh.
It is.
Well, I hope you're at home enjoying this show, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever this is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hi, reality.
There's somebody we haven't seen.
That's the new title for your Sunday show. You got the Thursday night soup. You can have the Sunday, whatever this is.
Yeah.
I'll have to make a whole
Sunday, whatever this is.
whatever this is. Hello, Wisconsin. Enjoy your Culver's beer.
Yes.
Butterburger. Yeah.
Now it reminds me of the Stephen. What's the comedian guy? Stephen.
Wright.
Stephen Wright.
Oh.
One joke. I was in the radio. I was in the car when I heard on the radio. I knew he drove the car off the road. He goes on. Yeah, he says, I woke up this morning and discovered that everything I own had been replaced by exact duplicates.
Yeah.
Wow. Like that Twilight Zone.
Where does that come from? That's genius, if you ask me.
I loved him. One of my favorite jokes by him is I moved into a new place and there was this light switch on the wall and it didn't. I flicked it. It didn't do anything. I flicked it back, and every couple of hours, I just flick it. And 2 weeks later, I got a letter from a woman in Germany. It just said, "Cut it out."
Another guy I like was Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah,
he was funny. Yeah. I remember one of the ones I remember of him. He says, if you don't want people to overdose on Advil, do not make it taste like candy.
My favorite joke in the world is a Mitch Hedberg joke.
Not that I know of.
The duck joke.
Yeah.
You guys know the duck joke?
I don't know the duck joke. The duck joke or the.
Talk about the Culver's first. It's snowing there.
Oh, okay.
Wisconsin.
6 inches. Wow.
6 inches. Well, that was like blizzard that Fox
Covered
River.
around you, yes.
We're gonna die.
Yes, we're all going
You'll
to
never get a butter burger today. You're gonna stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna survive on peanut butter.
So what's the duck joke? Can you tell it online?
Peanut butter and
yeah, no, it's clean because Vince Hedberg didn't do dirty stuff.
No, not really.
The duck walks into a bar, hops up on the bar stool. Bartender walks over and says, "Well, can I help you? What can I get for you, little fella?" And the duck says, "I'd like some bread, please." And the bartender says, "Well, sorry, little fella, but this is a bar. We have lots of stuff to drink, but we don't have any bread. So what can I get you?" And the duck says, "I'd like some bread, please." The bartender goes, "We don't have any bread. I'm sorry, it's a bar. We have beer and wine and mixed drinks. And what can I get you?" And the duck says, "I'd like some bread, please." And the bartender goes, "Look, you got to quit saying this, okay? If you want something to drink, I'll get you something to drink. But that's all I can do for you." And the duck says, "I'd like some bread, please." The bartender says, "Look, if you say that one more time, I'm going to get a rope. I'm going to tie it to that beam up there, tie a noose on the other end, and put your little neck in it. Now, what can I get for you?" And the duck says, "Got any rope?" The bartender says, "No, I don't have any rope." And the duck says, "I'd like some bread, please." It's Hedberg joke.
Yeah.
Lee's question. Yeah, I remember the peanut butter and jelly in the same.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Are they still around?
Yeah, I can't remember.
That's kind of weird. Yeah.
But I do remember that.
Yeah.
I think
It was really gross. It was really gross.
Mm-hmm.
It had a name. I
No.
forget what it
Not that I know of. Yeah, he got some.
Yeah, I got some.
Well, I go to see my eye doctor on this coming Friday. I haven't had new glasses in 4 years, so I'm.
Oh, you do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm due, yeah.
You better go to Lens Crafters or something.
He does it. He does everything.
It's been probably 20 years since I got new glasses.
20 years. I think you're overdue.
Yeah, I got some about 5 years
You
ago.
probably do, Tim, to get your eyes checked. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Better or
Well,
worse?
no, now I don't want to because turns out both of my corneas are scratched.
Ow.
Oh, okay. Well,
What did you scratch them?
How do you know?
Bad
Kevin?
news when you go to those places, so you don't.
I guess it's expensive too.
My
Glasses
doctor's
are
like, "You never knew that?" I'm like, "No, I never knew that."
Glasses aren't cheap. Like I get them on our medical benefits, and it's a lot of money. I still have to pay because, like a pair like this, I better gonna run me about $1,200.
Ooh.
Oh, in New York State, if you're on wherever the New York State thing is, if you're poor like me and you're on New York State, you can go to the eye doctor once a year. You get a new pair of glasses once a year if you want.
Yeah, so we have limits on our medical benefits, how much we can spend. It's only every 2 years as well. So
yeah, ours is once a year, and my doctor recommend coming back next year because of my scratched cornea.
I think
this long, and I didn't even know about it, so it's fine.
our plan it did cover $800, but it might be a little bit more than that now. But
yeah,
I get the progressives and the transitions, so they're a little more money.
Yeah,
but I like the transitions because I used to have a separate pair of prescription sunglasses. Of course, I was always leaving them somewhere and they weren't there. So I got, well, I'll get these that do both, and that way I don't have to carry around 2 pair of glasses, right? So
Smucker's Goobers has peanut butter and jelly in a bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't remember who did it in a peanut butter jar though.
No, I don't remember.
I do remember that. It didn't last too long though.
No, it had a name. I don't remember what the name was.
Peanut butter and jelly in a jar.
Yeah.
It was like striped, like a zebra. There'd be a stripe.
Yeah, it did. It looked kind of strange.
Jelly and peanut butter.
And you could get different flavors. I remember that.
Yeah.
Of course, when you go to Culver's, you get your food
like
stuff in
strawberry and raspberry. I think
pulling
we got a
the
grape at one point.
Oh yeah, different flavors. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys watch,
basketball. What kind of a sport is that?
is there puck involved?
Huh?
I like college football myself.
Puck and basketball? Okay.
Basketball is like
if it's a decent basketball game, they only need to play the last 2 minutes because whoever scores the last point, if the two teams are matched, it all wins. So I don't like timed games. I've always said this. I don't. That's why I like baseball, because every team gets 3 outs an inning. There's 9 innings. There's no time limit. Time limits are so arbitrary. If both teams are equal, if it's a football game and it's tied 35-35, then okay, whoever gets the ball first next probably is going to win the game. It's just so arbitrary.
I don't follow basketball, but I do enjoy a game. I see it. It was about 3 weeks ago. My wife's high school senior girls team was in the provincial finals. So we went to see them, and they won the game by 1 point. They won the championship by 1 point. And it was fun. It was fun watching it. We were really close to the court, and it was. You kind of get into it because you were kind of invested in it because it was her high school playing, and I thought, that's pretty cool.
Whoever gets that fights in
basketball is an interesting sport to watch. That's for sure. It's fast, really fast.
Yeah. See, Goober got his name from the character on the Andy Griffith Show. Because they tried calling it Gomer and it didn't sell. So they went with Goober. Okay.
Well, Gomer was first and then it was Goober.
I know.
Yeah.
And Gomer left to go to the Marines.
James Naismith was the guy who invented basketball. I think it was Nova Scotia. Invented that.
Yeah. Michael Nesmith invented basketball.
No, James Naismith.
That's not what I heard.
Michael Nesmith invited White out. Well, his mother did.
His mom did.
Believe it or not, the one thing that I don't hate about NASCAR is that it's a so and so many lap race and it's not timed, and that's the one thing that NASCAR's got going for it. Could you imagine a race? Okay, this is a 3-hour race, so whoever crosses the finish line first at the 3-hour point exactly wins. I mean, that's how arbitrary a lot of sports are.
I noticed that I used to watch NASCAR a fair bit, but it got to the point where the race was won and lost in the last lap. It became a little bit predictable in my opinion. I'm not an expert on it, but
it's
what I thought. It's like, okay, well, watch
drivers
watch the last couple of laps, and then you'll see what you need to see, kind of thing.
Yeah, but I liked it way better when there was less technology. Now it's all about your pit strategy and your pit crew and everything more than the driver or the car. Really, it's all about strategy. It used to be the guy with the best car won. That's not the case anymore.
No.
They made all the cars exactly the same now. You can't have a better car.
I'm Gurr. No, I'm Paul.
Yeah, he's a Gurr.
How is the dogs?
The dog is doing good. He's making a lot of noise right now. But he's due for his next round of chemo in a week and a half. He's had 2 rounds so far, and he's been reasonably unaffected by it. So we're grateful for that. I don't know how good effect it's having, but we'll find out. So we're just taking
how many treatments? 3?
Well, he's coming up for his 3rd, but they want to do 4 to 6. They're going to test him after 4 to do some imaging to see if there's any new growth. Any new tumor growth, and then we'll go from there.
I have an interesting question. Has he figured out yet when it's time to get another treatment, where he's going, and does he go
he doesn't like going there. Like, he'll get
of course he doesn't.
Well, you'll get all excited because it's a car ride, but he gets anxious, and so we actually have to give him some anti-anxiety pills the night before. A couple hours before he goes for his appointment, just to calm him down a bit. And so we're still working on the right dosage for that, but he gets really anxious.
Yeah.
Partly because German Shepherds don't like being separated from their owners, right? And so they take him in the back and they're doing all this stuff to him, and he's scared, and he smells the fear on the other animals in there.
Yeah.
So I said, because it's not a regular vet that's doing this, it's a specialty hospital, right, that's doing this. So I said to him, I says, well, like, would it help if I came back with them? Like, you know, why? And they said, well, we don't do that. And I said, well, you should, because all you're doing now is you're helping them up.
Regular vet, you could, you know.
Well, our vet does. Like when we go to our regular vet, any treatment he gets is right in the examining room, and I'm there with them, and I help hold them, and I calm them down.
You might get some of the gamma rays and don't make you angry.
Well, there's no gamma rays.
Animals are smart, though. They do know it's.
Well, I think
they are scared, but they do know that. But they do know that they do sense that you're trying to help them. That they know that they're there for a reason, and you're not trying to hurt them.
But when they take him away from me, like he's upset about that, and then he gets to the back of the hospital where they do all the stuff, and all these other animals that are in there, they're all scared and worked up too. And of course, he's picking up on that more than anything else, and then he gets all anxious, right?
There's an animal rescue channel called Hope for Paws.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah,
they're out of LA, and it's amazing the trouble they have getting some of these dogs. You know, I mean, people get bitten and they're angry, but as soon as they get them to the vet and they're standing on a table or whatever, they're nice as can be. They bathe them, and they're just, you know, I mean, once they realize that you're not trying to hurt them, and you're actually doing something for them, they calm right down, and they're like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, I like that channel. What's the guy's name? He's got a funny name, but he's
he's Middle Eastern. I forget his name.
Really nice guy, and he's they're always doing these things. All these.
I like his partner, who's rarely in them anymore, but she used to be a lot. Blonde lady.
Oh, his wife. Yeah, he married her.
Yeah, I don't know if they're married. I couldn't partner because I don't know if they're married.
No, they did get married. I remember watching the episode.
Okay. But yeah, I liked her. She's very nice. She's been bitten a couple times. She's the one I've seen bitten.
Oh, okay. With the dog.
Maybe she doesn't do it anymore. And there's another one I watch called Sitting with Dogs.
Oh.
And this guy goes into LA shelters, and he just goes right in the kennel with the dogs and sits with them and calms them down. Guy's name is Rocky, and he does this every week, and it's really good because he's like a dog savant, and he just sits there and gets them calmed down and tells us a story, and he's sitting right in the kennel with the dog. You know, it's really cool. Rocky Kanaka is his name, and it's out of LA. He's going to all these LA shelters, and there's another one I watch, which is a couple others. There's one called Love Furry Friends, and it's.
I like them too, but they quit. They quit their dog feeding videos, which has upset me. I used to watch their 3-4 minute dog feeding videos every day.
Yeah,
they stopped doing them a couple months ago.
They're not doing those anymore.
No, now they do a rescue video from time to time, but mostly they do too many videos just at their shelter. And that's just watching dogs running around playing, and that's not, you know, I'm glad the dogs are happy.
Jim, you say you're not making enough videos these days, so why don't you go out with a big pail of Alpo and feed the dogs?
Because I don't have homeless dogs where I live, where they have tons and tons and tons. But yeah, I like all the ladies that have fed dogs, and they've changed over the years, but I like them all.
Jelly, that makes sense. Smuckers would do that.
There you go. So, look, for all of you wondering, where's that? Where can I get that peanut butter and jelly stuff? There you go.
I watched it. There's another one out of Greece called DAR, and it's out of Greece, and there's this little woman that goes around rescuing dogs and stuff, and it's pretty good too. That's in Greece.
I started watching Love Furry Friends because they're in the Ukraine in the war. I was watching it before the war, but when the war started, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, I haven't watched
there were suddenly there's like just in their city alone, there's probably 5,000 homeless dogs. You know,
yeah, that's a good question. Reality, we don't know how much more time we have with Brady, but all signs to this point say he's going to be around for a few years yet.
That's good.
But cancer is unpredictable. But we have 3 dogs now, so I don't know if we'll get another dog and 2 cats. Yeah, so I mean, we're kind of getting to the point where, I'll be in my 70s. If the other 2 dogs live their full life, and it's sort of like, do I want to get more dogs at that age? You have to think about it because they might outlive you, and I don't want that to happen either. And the cats will be around for a long time yet anyway.
Yeah, quite a ways. Well, my last dog died a couple of years ago, and I decided just to have cats.
Yeah. Well, the last 2 cats we've had made it to like 19 years old.
Yeah.
Really? Those
I learned a lesson.
No Bullwinkles, no.
We learned a lesson from Gene Hackman. If you're gonna die, don't leave your dog in a cage.
Yeah, no kidding. I actually felt worse about the dog because the dog probably suffered.
Yeah.
I felt worse.
The dog couldn't open up the door.
The people, which
somebody feed me.
Yeah.
Please.
Couldn't be out because she's mad.
Well, he probably died of dehydration. Is probably what happened.
Yeah, and just stress from not getting out. He probably,
It was.
I don't know if there's any more dogs. Like dogs, we rescue them. So if somebody comes forward, they got a dog who needs a home, we'll probably be suckers and take it in.
Take it down.
Next time, get a poodle.
But when you get into your 70s, it's you got to kind of think about your lifespan and they tie you down. You can't just up and go when you want to. It's
can't go anyplace.
We don't have kids to look after them, right? So I mean, it's sort of like
waste them on your neighbors.
If we go, what happens to the dog?
It's okay. Leave them enough money in the will so they can take care of themselves.
Yeah. Well, honestly, we're in the midst of making out a will. We have to think about that. Like, what if we both die at the same time? What happens to our dogs?
Just like the Hackman thing.
Because I don't think anybody's going to take all 3 of them. We'd like to keep them together, but that's not realistic, right? So, particularly one that's fighting cancer.
What happened to Hackman and his wife? They died.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they think she died of what was the name? It was
adenovirus or something.
Yeah, they figured it's the sort of thing you get from rodents' feces.
Yeah.
Then he walked around about a week.
Eating alpha-getty.
I think he died because he had Alzheimer's and he was left on his alone. And they think that stress and that sort of stuff. Because he needed a caregiver, and he wasn't. When she died, he wasn't getting it.
He wasn't getting it, yeah.
So that's what that was the story I heard.
Yeah,
they died about a week apart too. Like
he just walking around living his life with her body laying there.
Yeah. Well, see, again, he wasn't in his right mind.
Well, no, I'm not saying he was. Just it's the situation.
Yeah.
So sad.
And he wasn't even in his right frame of mind. Probably let the dog out of the cage. I mean,
they ruled out carbon monoxide early on, like they said.
Really early on,
which made people start thinking about foul play. Then, because that's what you go to. But it turns out that wasn't it at all. So it's really sad. Really sad.
Well, what's sad is he's Gene Hackman and he's got kids and everything, and that nobody looked in on them.
Except the character.
You know what I mean?
What was the yard keeper, right? The groundskeeper found them.
Yeah. I mean.
Well, he went and got the security guard, and they went in and found them. So it's just what a sad situation.
What a sad way to end this show.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Whatever this is.
Yeah, but we'll be back Thursday for soup.
Yeah, come back on Thursday.
We'll be back Thursday for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We'll find one. We'll
No,
find
Thursday we'll have soup, but Sunday we
Yeah.
don't know.
So we don't have. We used to have crackers. And cheese.
But will
Crackers
it
and
be
peanut butter.
condensed soup or chunky soup? That's the question.
all the above. Yeah. So take care, everyone.
Apple cinnamon
Thanks
soup.
for coming. We'll see you.
Yeah.
later.